What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday. Takedown Thursday. We back on this beautiful day. A lot of stuff going on. Yeah, that is my voice. There we go. Yeah, we are live. Always good to be live. We got IBJJF. We got Craig Jones, CJI. We got everything, really. Yeah, I mean, bro, it's always something going on in this sport. I'm not sure if that's good or bad. There's always something going on. You know, wrestling be kind of quiet, judo be non-existent, but jiu-jitsu forever gonna have some stories for us. So let's get right in. IBJJF. Let's hear their response from last weekend's fatality, from last week's passing of one of the athletes. IBJJF, don't come after me. Don't suspend my membership or anything. I'm just educating the people. Don't attack me. I wasn't there. I was not in Chicago. I was in Atlanta. And as people jump in, we'll get into some of the stories. Actually, you know what? Let me hold off on this for a second. We'll get some people in here first. Get a couple people in here first before I start going in on IBJJF. My voice is a little beat up, guys. You guys know I be streaming even when my voice is jacked up. So just remember that. Wait a second. Oh, how we go? Let's go. We got Valentinka working out.
Up. Look at my head. I'm not arching back. It's the biggest mistake you can make. Here. If I arch, I can't hold my muscles. It's here.
So you guys don't know this, but Valentinka is maybe in his 50s or something, and he's in great shape. I do believe he had some heart issues maybe a year or two ago, but he's looking good. Bounced back. He's the coach to Amit Allure, Helen Morales. Is that how you say Helen's last name? I never say it right. And Frank Chimizo. He says teaching back arching throws, take specific drills. One I like is using a bungee at the beach. I talk about this in my coming book, Art of Coaching. Every place can be your gym. Take that as a lesson from Mr. Valentinka. You guys can work out anywhere. You don't need to work out at the gym, at the dojo, at the dojang. You can work out at the beach, on the floor, in your house, outside, on the street, in the grass. No excuses. We have our friend Nadine. Is that how we say her name? She was Oliver Geddes' girlfriend or wife, partner. Let's just say partner. She says, it's hard to believe it's been 2 weeks since Ollie passed away. These have been the heaviest days of my life, and the world simply isn't the same without him. This Saturday, August 16th, we will say our goodbyes to Ollie. Everyone who, excuse me, everyone who knew and loved him is welcome to join at us at Church House, Westminster, London at 2 p.m. There will be no live stream, just us together remembering him. So, our friend Ollie passed away, I believe in July, after, was it August or July? I believe it was July. Maybe it was, I don't remember exactly. But he was going through a very quick illness. So, I always tell you guys, take care of yourselves. Not to be a downer, but you never know. You never know out here, man. Take care of yourselves. Treat people well. Live with some honor. Be respectful. R.I.P. Ollie. If you guys are in UK, go check that out. Go support the community over there. I think we got one guy, Azam. He's over there in Ireland. He got a couple days to get over there. 2 days.
Other wild card picks. This one might be the best. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Anyways, big news for CGI too. So, I guess Craig Jones is in CJI too. And he ain't fighting Gable Stevenson. Unless he is, I'm still confused. So, for those of you in the jiu-jitsu community that don't know what this means, he is on Team New Wave. Which, first of all, that must be the craziest rage bait of all time for Gordon Ryan. But secondly, we've seen how Craig does in quintet formats. He almost wipes teams by himself all the time. Now, how much he's been training, I have no idea. How good he is, I have no idea. Is he washed? Maybe, maybe not. However, I can promise you this. Mika Galvao, Victor Hugo, even Fabricio Andre, and any of the other wildcard picks, this one might be the best. I don't know, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Anyways, big news for CGI too. So
yeah, it's possible that Craig Jones will be at CGI competing in the quintet, the team format. So pretty interesting, gonna be fun. I just got my ticket. I'm gonna go out there. Craig, I'm still waiting for my confirmation, but I got my plane flight, so I'm going out there. Should be a good time, Masters World, Jiu-Jitsu Cons at the same time. So maybe I might go out there and coach a little bit, and then enjoy CGI. It's going to be a good event, and we're going to try to give some change, some dollars to Mr. Craig Jones. If you guys watching this live stream, you've been enjoying Craig Jones's antics, you better donate a little bit of money. We ain't stingy on this channel. Yeah, donate a couple shekels. What did money you were called? We got Mr. Tackett. Tackett been giving a lot of advice on wrestling. I would not take his wrestling advice. I'm sorry. It works for him. But just stick to the basics, people. Stick to the basics. He's doing some different type of wrestling. My man doing some different type of wrestling. He got that crazy wrestling style you can't really emulate. What the heck was that? Oh, dang. Oh, that wasn't us. Let's listen to him first, and then we'll read a couple comments. I see some wrestlers over there. Wrestlers going to attack you, and wrestlers usually won't attack you. Now, my judo folks, you post a judo technique, they're going to attack it. You messed up the name, you messed up the mechanics. Jigoro Kano didn't show it this way, blah, blah, blah. You're going to get the whole history lesson.
Their rear leg, you stalk their rear leg when you want to go defense. You stalk their lead leg when you want to go offense. So you're circling or
you circle towards their lead leg when you want to shoot. You circle to the back leg.
Consistently, like you're pushing them towards their lead leg when you're like offense. But if you know they're attacking you, you just circle towards their rear leg, like stalking their rear leg. Like what is it?
Uh-oh, my bad. Whoop. Why would it pop up there? Hey, what's up, ladies? We ain't over there yet. We ain't ready for them ladies just yet.
What is stalking their rear leg? Like, so you guys are in a stance. Their rear leg, you stalk their rear leg when you want to go defense. You stalk their lead leg when you want to go offense. So you're circling or
you circle towards their lead leg when you want to shoot. You circle to the back leg.
Consistently, like you're pushing them towards their lead leg when you're like offense. But if you know they're attacking you, you just circle towards their rear leg, like stalking their rear leg. Like what is stalking their rear leg? Like, so you guys are in a stance. Their rear leg, you stalk their rear leg when you want to go defense. You stalk their lead leg when you want to go offense. So you're circling or
you circle towards their lead leg when you want to shoot. You circle to the back leg.
Consistently, like you're pushing them towards their lead leg when you're like offense. But if you know they're attacking you, you just circle towards their rear leg, like stalking their rear leg. Like what is stalking their lead?
Let's listen. Let's read some of the comments and see, because something, I'm not saying that's wrong. I mean, bro, you got to adapt in wrestling. You got to. I think of people like Jason Off and Tackett. You got to be adapting. If you're trying to do the mathematics of the wrestle, of the takedown, the square of the, by the time you think about that, they done figured out something and jumped on your back. So, all of these sports are very fluid, intuitive, and you're sitting there thinking. Now, this might work if you have that drilled into your brain, your muscle memory. But if you're thinking, you're thinking about that stuff, it's too late. We have one person. So sometimes I don't read the name of the comments. One MMA fighter got upset because I just said one dude. So a lot of times I'm not trying to read the name of the commenters. Sometimes I know the commenters here. And so I don't try to bring attention to them. I don't want people attacking them. So sometimes I won't even name the comment. I won't put their name out there. And sometimes I don't know everybody. I don't know every fighter from 2000s UFC. I don't know every fighter. The name might sound familiar after I hear it or think about it later on. So if you commented on something and I see your comment, usually I won't say the name unless it's someone that I know that's on the stream. I might pull their name up. But if it's someone I know in real life, like I actually know one of these people here, I'm not gonna say her name or anything or his name. So I don't want to bring attention to them unless they want that attention. Usually people don't want the attention on themselves. Says you don't have to think of it as being in either strictly defense or offense mode. If you're in a good low stance and hand fighting to get good head position and dominant ties, you'll be in good position to both shoot and defend. That would be optimal. So you can kind of see the wrestlers that have been around for a long time. Your offense and defense, there is no difference. Why is there a difference between your offense and defense? But in jiu-jitsu, our wrestling isn't usually, it's not elite level. So usually we're thinking defense, defense, defense. Okay, now offense, offense, offense. Whereas in real wrestling matches, defense, offense, defense, offense, offense, defense, 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 offense. It's like playing the piano. We over there hitting one key, two key. Whereas a real wrestler gonna be playing the piano like an instrument. We got one foot left, right foot, left foot, right foot. We over there. We ain't got no footwork. Look at most jiu-jitsu matches. I'll say most jiu-jitsu people have no footwork. We don't have footwork. We don't spend time on the footwork. We don't think about the footwork. Tackett, he thinking about the leg. And in wrestling, you got to think about the legs, the hips, the head, the hands, everything. You're thinking about all those different factors going in. So we really aren't complete in our wrestling. You know, we can use all the wrestling moves and all the judo moves, but we really do need expert coaching in wrestling and judo to be good. Now we can finagle some stuff. But we can't go to a wrestling match and do well usually, or a judo match and do well. Says I've been wrestling and coaching for 34 years, and this is greatly oversimplified and misleading. I can think of numerous scenarios where I can be offensive by circling to his back leg. There are like some duck unders and super ducks, some attacks where you want to go to the back leg. Good head positioning and hand fighting opens up many things, regardless of which leg is forward. In college, if there was short time on the clock and we needed to protect the head or protect the lead, we could go underhook and good head position on his jaw and push him to the edge. He needs to score, so he wants to keep the action in bounds and not get hit for stalling. Him circling away from my underhook and pushing back opens up a ton of offense. Truth be told, you truly cannot be very offensive or defensive without having dominant position through hand fighting and head position. No contact is asking for a lot of action and introduces scrambles that you don't want if they aren't on your terms. And I never thought about that. You know, the scrambles happen when there's no contact. Usually, yeah, that is true. So, you know, if you're wrestling and you want to do well, put your hands on somebody. Control the hand, control the hands, control the head, and you're trying to get to the legs. That is true. I never thought about that. Yeah. If you that's why all the older wrestlers, they don't be shooting for the leg. They control your upper body. Front headlock, underhooks, Russians, you know, body locks. They grabbing you somehow. Whereas the young people, I kind of blame John Smith for this, or attribute this to John Smith. Usually the young people, they're shooting for the legs out from 5 feet away, 6 feet away, you know. I'm not saying Tackett's wrong, but it's so hard to quantify wrestling and judo. Like we can quantify jiu-jitsu a little bit more. You do this, grab here, put that there. You know, the passing and the guard stuff. It's very logical. But then wrestling and judo has so many variables, and I don't want to say they're in flux, but it's like it's like split-second decisions. Is this Jason Off? Who says this? Eliminate the bad stuff before you worry about adding new stuff.
And everybody's trying to add something that like they don't know to wrestling, but in reality, if you just look at your life, you can see, are the things that you're doing helping you reach your goals? And usually there's a lot of things that are not helping you reach your goals that people have in their life. Missing practice, that's not helping you reach your goals, right? So if you just eliminate the things that are preventing you from being as successful as you can be, you just eliminate the bad stuff instead of trying to add on new stuff. You eliminate missing practice. You eliminate eating garbage. You eliminate hanging out with that wrong group of friends, and you just start eliminating the things that are not good for you, and then you start to see like a massive increase in success. Like a lot of people are trying to find the secret.
What was Jason Off saying? I kind of want to get right into this. I'm going to wait for a little bit more people to jump in on the live stream first. We'll wait a little bit longer to get into that. Get some people in here. Because if I cover it too early, everybody, they're going to be like, what happened? And I'm like, oh, you missed it. We got Mr. Hoffa Mendez. He's still good. Why isn't Hoffa competing? They won't test you at ADCC or CJI. Hoffa, get out there. He's still young. He might be afraid of losing, though. That's wild.
Sua alta posição não está estabilizada.
É verdade.
Tendo em conta como finalização, né? Aí total outro negativo porque ficou demorando para amarrar a faixa. Aí na tora. Uma raspagem só no final. Vamos. Ó. Felipe Dalfra aqui. Ó. Sobe corpo que o par na hora que sobe.
Hoffa's so good. How do you do that?
Eu dava ponto, filho. Eu dava ponto. Finalização, hein? Só dois.
Do you see how he switched his hands? Let's watch that one more time. See, he almost got his back taken, and then he switched his hands.
Sua alta posição não está estabilizada.
É verdade.
Tendo em conta como finalização, né? Aí total outro negativo porque ficou demorando para amarrar a faixa. Aí na tora. Uma raspagem só no final. Vamos.
Watch this sequence. I just don't understand why Hoffa doesn't do Masters Worlds or something. Maybe they said he can't compete no more. Want to keep your legacy intact. Can't compete no more, Hoffa Mendez. Just watch this sequence, guys. I'll zoom in a little bit, but that was pretty amazing. He need to compete some more. That's a shame, bro. Some of us will kill for that kind of skill, and some guys are killing themselves to reach that kind of skill. So just watch how the kid almost gets to the back, like a backside 50-50 position, but Hoffa's able to force kind of a regular 50-50, and he's able to stabilize. It's really crazy.
Felipe Dalfra aqui. Ó. Sobe corpo que o par na hora que sobe.
Watch him switch his hands. Right there. Boom.
Time! Eu dava ponto, filho. Eu dava ponto.
No points.
Finalização, hein? Só dois.
And that kid's what, 17, 16, 17-year-old? I don't know how old he is. Which is crazy because he fights Hoffa Mendez on the daily. And then you go out there, you meet that kid at the tournament, you think you're going to do something. And this kid been fighting Hoffa Mendez every day. What you going to do? He doesn't train with the best guy in the world. You ain't going to throw nothing new at that kid. That kid gonna be ready. He gonna win brown belt. He gonna win black belt. Jason Whitfield, happy takedown Thursday. Go do a takedown for me. I like Jason off in jiu-jitsu. He is a great coach. I think he can do well. He is way better at wrestling than Nicky Rod. Yeah. I mean, pedigree-wise, he's an NCAA champion. Nicky Rod was what, D3 or D2 or something? Not saying that there's bad, but he doesn't have it. He doesn't even have an NCAA championship at D2 or D3. And look at what Nicky has done. Or is it just because he's heavyweight? I think it is the heavyweight. You know, I like Brzezinski, but if you watch his matches, he beat most of those guys before. It's the same 5 dudes at heavyweight. Now, every now and again, you'll get a Muhammad Ali or Nicholas Mergali. Then heavyweight's bad. Or sometimes you get Leandro Lowe, RIP Leandro. Now it's hard to win heavyweight, but but a lot of times those heavier weight classes aren't stacked. Now I say come down to middleweight, go down to lightweight, go down to featherweight. You fighting killers every match. You got to fight the dude that won last year, and then you got to fight the dude that won the year before, and then you got to fight the dude that won 3 years ago. You got to fight about 3-4 different world champions at featherweight to win the worlds in a year. Middleweight, you got to beat Tynan, who won. He's I think he's won 2 or 3 times in a row. He actually got DQ'd one year, but he was about to win. And then heavyweight, nobody's in this. Who was in heavyweight? I can't name. I know some of the guys, but you guys can't probably name nobody heavyweight this year that did worlds outside of Brzezinski. And look at Hoffa. Hoffa was winning. He will win every. Nobody at featherweight has won consecutive world titles. Mayram tried, but he got knocked off in the finals. Whereas Hoffa, I think he won like 8. Or something crazy like that. Talking about judo, we got Jiro Kano looking down on us, watching us jiu-jitsu guys call every throw an uchimata or a seiyanagi. Hey, listen, Kano, we trying our best, man. If you want to be sad at somebody, look at judo. Look at the sport of judo, Kano. Tell me what you think about judo in 2025. Nicky Rod is good, though. That is true. He is good. I mean, he's got a good style for jiu-jitsu, whereas Jason Off is almost too athletic for jiu-jitsu. He be jumping around. He put himself in a bad position. You just got to wait for him to mess up. He just don't have the knowledge. But look at Nicky Rod. He went through the trials, went through all the tournaments. Trials, did well at ADCC. Whereas someone like Jason Off, they just threw him to the Sharks. His first jiu-jitsu match was CJI. And then he's only done like super high profile matches that he didn't really work towards. That's like if I went to Final X, I just started wrestling and I was okay at jiu-jitsu, really good at jiu-jitsu. Okay, Alec, you could do Final X. What the heck am I doing out there in Final X? I ain't got no business at Final X. And Jason Off didn't have no business at actually I think he won some local tournament in Austin first before Craig Jones Invitational, but he had no business out there. Says former FBI agent explains how extremist groups recruit members in BJJ and other martial arts gyms. Well, we already know all these gyms are cults. So easy for the extremist groups to jump in there too. I mean, jiu-jitsu people, well, martial artists in general, they can't wait to be brainwashed. They want to be brainwashed. You give them a stripe, they let themselves be brainwashed easy. Says anyone who enjoys jiu-jitsu is considered an extremist by people that don't train. Yeah, sometimes. couldn't be me. You're shocked that people who want to be brutalized as a hobby daily fall into the extremist category. Oh, dang. What kind of jiu-jitsu is she doing? I do know our friend over at BJJ Mental BJJ Mental Models has talked about this topic. Doesn't seem cool. You know, people are like, why should I care? But then you have one of these extremist people. They do something crazy, blow up something, shoot something. We're going to be on the news. I'm going to have to do a live stream about some jiu-jitsu person that went crazy. You know, tried to shoot somebody famous or important. You know it's going to be a blue belt or purple belt too. So, you know, I'm hoping that doesn't happen. But I can see it happening. You know, we got a couple Nazis too. We got a couple Nazis in this space. And they don't even try to hide it no more. Them Nazis, we got a ton of Nazis in this sport. They be wearing tattoos. You don't even know what the tattoo means. We got Miss Meat. She says, some days I don't know if I'm getting any better. Hey, ain't that the truth, lady? Can't play that music. And this is coming from a gold medalist at the Olympics. She said, some days I don't think I'm getting better. Just got to keep showing up, you know, keep thinking. Whenever you guys hit a plateau, just think about what you're doing. How can you improve? What can you do to improve? What can you do differently? You know, and you know what? There's always something you can improve on. Show me somebody that can improve in something. I'm interested to see. Even Rafa Mendez. Rafa Mendez can get better at takedowns. There you go. He can improve in his judo, wrestling. Everybody got something to improve upon. It says, even without Ono, Japan might have the best 61 kg fighter, grappler at Worlds this year. Takara Suda. What's that music?
Suda of Japan in his second international event, wearing the Japanese singlet in the final.
And
Here he is, back into it, straight underneath, and then gets turned on.
And Monku's doing a good job in that position, actually taking something from it. Takes
Suda of Japan in his second international.
You know the Japan's got really good, man, some really good wrestlers. And it's just because they take freestyle very seriously. America does kind of, but it's definitely second to collegiate wrestling. And I was hoping things would change, but with that NIL, I mean, what's the point of wrestling freestyle if you? Carter Strachey made $1 million this year, in folk style wrestling. Why should he care about freestyle wrestling? At most, he makes $250,000 if he gets a gold medal. That $250,000 ain't nothing compared to that $1 million he made at the NCAAs. What's the point? We got Coach Clarissa Chun. Says Coach Clarissa has taken charge of the coaching and learning program for the 2025 International Summer Camp. She has always been an international empowerer of women's wrestling. We have gained much insight from her skills, knowledge, and experience. Thank you for so many suggestions. So the ladies' wrestling is growing. I keep telling you people to put your girls, your daughters, your nieces into wrestling. I can't play that music. I guess is she under America? Whose team is she under? Yeah. Can't play that music. Oh, she hitting the Helen foot sweep right there. Jason says, if someone like Amit thinks she can't get any better, what chance do any who have Any who have won multiple world championships and Olympic titles. Oh, who haven't won? Yeah. It's a lot of this psychological, you know? It's all psychological most times. Some of it's physical. Oh, that's in Japan. Miyazaki Prefecture, Nichinan City, 7/23. So the 23rd to the 27th of August. So it's gonna be in Japan. I don't know who's. Oh, I thought that was America. Is it Japan? No clue. Maybe she represents Team Japan. No clue. Yeah, it looks like it's in Japan. Is that Elliot? What's that kid's name? Who is that? Elliot Kelly. If you guys didn't know, he actually grew up in Japan. I met him at one of the Opens, Asian Championship. Oh, he's the moderator, so I guess he's the translator. Does he live in Japan? Yeah, so people like Amit have trouble, and she's a specimen. She won the Olympics so easily. If you go back and watch that Olympics, it was so easy for her, but you know, that's a lifetime of training to make that easy. Let's listen to what Mr. Elliot Kelly has to say. If you guys don't know Elliot Kelly, he's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He used to compete a lot too.
There isn't a bad question, so yeah.
Yeah, he grew up in Japan. Is he still in Japan? I think so. So yeah, in Japan, wrestling's super big, super popular. And they just want to train, bro. Yeah, I'm not sure where exactly he is now. He grew up in Japan, went to school in Japan. Dang, he's flexible. God, dog. I guess he's coaching in the UFC now. Is that him? A vida me ensinou a nunca desistir, nem ganhar, nem... Oh, you guys can't even see. Sorry, my big head's in the way. UC Davis wrestling. Oh, he wrestled in college too. Okay. That's awesome to see. I don't think he's doing jiu-jitsu anymore. He's just stretching and maybe he's doing a little bit of jiu-jitsu. Carpe diem, yeah. Happy birthday to Hall of Fame member and jiu-jitsu legend, Master Carlson Gracie. You guys might know some Carlson Gracie affiliates, bro. I will say every Carlson Gracie person, affiliate, student, they tough. Well, technically, I think Fight Sports and Cyborg are under Carlson Gracie. Look at their style of jiu-jitsu. It's tough and rough, but it's effective. Today, we celebrate the life and legacy of one of the most influential figures in jiu-jitsu history. Your impact lives on through your family, your students, and the countless athletes and teams you inspired. Thank you for representing the art, shaping a generation of fighters, and helping revolutionize jiu-jitsu.
And he just come back. He just came up like, where the fuck? Oh, here he is.
Day one.
Watching
and I'm watching Hamza Chimaev.
I seen that.
Day
He's from
two.
Sweden, actually.
And I'm still watching Hamza Chimaev.
Listen.
Yeah, come on.
He sound like you. Who is this guy?
I don't know.
Who is that?
From Sweden, the Swedish.
That guy, he sounds just like him.
Bro, it's easy. I mean, all them Dagestani people.
He just came up like, where the fuck?
It's easy to not mock them, but to mimic them, It's super easy.
I seen that.
They
He's from
too.
Sweden, actually.
And I'm still watching Hamza Chimaev.
Listen.
Yeah, come on.
He sound like you. Who is this guy?
I don't know.
Who is that?
He's from Sweden.
Yeah, it's easy to copy these people, bro. This might actually be a good UFC title fight. I think it is for a title fight, isn't it? I know I said I wouldn't support UFC, but that might be a good that might be a good match to watch. We got a couple people in the chat. Again, Takedown Thursday. Go do a takedown for me. We're going to get into the IBJJF. That's kind of the main story for today. And we got more stories, of course, Craig Jones and yada, yada, yada. But let's get into the IBJJF because, they need some hot water right now. A little bit of hot water. We talked about this story a day or two ago, but we actually got the response from IBJJF. So it says, you guys see it? Let me switch over. I'll make it big so you guys can. You guys read it too. There we go. There we go. I'm always thinking about you guys out there, trying to make it easier for you people. It says, and helps me because it makes it bigger on my screen too. It says the International Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Federation (IBJJF) is profoundly saddened to confirm that an athlete passed away following a medical emergency at our Chicago event last Sunday. Our thoughts and deepest condolences are with the athlete's family, friends, and teammates, and all who were touched by his life. This is devastating. This is a devastating loss for the entire jiu-jitsu community. The medical emergency occurred in the spectator area, not on our mats, so we're not liable. It was on the spectator area. Sorry, reading the context. It happened on the spectator area shortly after the athlete had completed their match. Not during the match. We're not liable. They protecting themselves. They still some liability somewhere. I'm not saying sue the IBJJF, but you might be able to get some money out the IBJJF. Nobody ever got money from the IBJJF, but you might. Your family might. Said it happened in the spectator area shortly after the athlete had completed their match. IBJJF staff, along with trained medical personnel and other qualified first responders, acted immediately, sure, utilizing all available life-saving techniques, equipment, and medical protocols in an effort to assist. They cover in a behind. The athlete was transported by ambulance to a nearby hospital. Despite continued urgent and extensive efforts by medical personnel, we were later sadly informed that the athlete had passed away. The IBJJF remains committed to the safety and well-being of all participants and attendees. Where's Anna Carolina Vieta at? They had to force the IBJJF to call the ambulance for her. So this shows that, public outcry can get some results. You guys, if you stay quiet, sometimes nothing happens. But if you make a big storm about it, things gonna change. IBJJF don't want a lawsuit. They know that lawsuit costs a couple $1 million. I mean, remember when that guy got paralyzed? How much did that guy get for that? $20-40 million or something insane? You know what? Something happened to me at IBJJF. I'm calling the BJJ lawyers, them injury lawyers. Come save me. Come get me a check. Let's see. And event staff to uphold the highest standards of care at all our events. Well, I said I couldn't even find the medical tent at the Pans this year. My friend had a good cut. We didn't see no medical staff. Nobody ran to us. Couldn't find nobody. Out of respect for the family's privacy, we will not be releasing future details at this time. We ask our community to join us in the mourning this profound loss. Sad to hear, man. It's sad to hear. What happened? I believe there's no comments on this one. But don't worry, we're going to go to Reddit to find some comments. Listen, we always going to read some comments on this show. You know, we got to tap in. Was there a secondary post? Oh, that's it. Sad situation, man. You know, I don't like to read this stuff, but I try to educate you guys and educate myself on what's going on in this sport. Says they disabled their comments. What do you think about the response? To me, it seems like a PR move to say things like utilizing all available life-saving techniques instead of admitting, well, I mean, if they admit that, they for sure going to get sued. Instead of admitting that they didn't even have a defib at the comp. IBJF, they can't defend themselves. Says things happen, invest in AED for your gym. How's that going to help you at the tournament? It can happen to you at your gym, and CPR won't save you then. If you guys don't know what the AED is, I think most people know what an AED is, but it's kind of like I did a test for one of these. You know the training. It's they put it on your heart and it kickstarts your heart, bro. Basically, pretty cool. Sorry, guys. You guys know I've been sounding terrible lately. It says having an AED is a great idea, but also understand it isn't a catch-all. Only ventricular fibrillation and pulseless VTAC are shockable rhythms. Otherwise, it is CPR. Even with trained medical professionals, CPR has a pretty low success rate. So it says we had to actually employ an AED a couple of months ago at my gym. It was scary. The guy turned out okay though. Just get one. I believe it's like $1,500. While this instance didn't turn out to be a shockable event, and it eventually wound up as a blood pressure medicine issue, it was so good to have and available. Some of us graybeards here appreciate it. Says it was my understanding that they had an AED and used it, but the real issue was the guy was down for about 5 minutes before CPR was started. Says that's sad. Why was he down so long? Again, I wasn't there at the tournament. I don't know how big it was. It might have been hard to get to him. And just to find the stat, like say you don't know where the 10 is, that's about 3 minutes. Get them to run back. That's 2 minutes. 5 minutes already gone. Says about the best that can come out of this is that people learn CPR. Well, in the IBJJF for your black belt certification, you need a CPR course. I don't know if it's a first aid course, but I believe it is a CPR course. You need a background check, CPR, background check. What else do you need? You need the referee course, and you got to pay like $500. Everybody, we all want to do that, but that $500, we're like, screw that. Because I already pay. How much do I pay to compete? Registration fees, membership fees. I really don't want to give them any more money. Masters Worlds, to do Masters Worlds or Jiu-Jitsu-Con, about $200 just about. Just to sign up. $200 to sign up. Entry fees $35 unless you're a black belt, which I better bring my black belt card with me. And then parking $15. They over here scamming us, bro, left and right. We ain't got no more money. And a fly to Vegas, hotel, food, rental car, possibly, or Ubers. You're going to be spending $2,000, possibly, just to get down there. And you know them guys going to be gambling. Says, I work with the guy, Masters 4 white belt, won his match, and then sat down on the bleachers to kill time and allegedly went pale and collapsed. Someone says, were you there, and was anything out of the ordinary during the match? My brother was there and watched his match because he also worked with him and said it was a typical white belt match, nothing wild. Quan, what's up? Yeah, Quan, and Quan, thinking about Quan, he said you got to have a show you roll or AP gi. That's another $200 right there. You know, you guys know Quan, he got to compete in that show you roll and show you roll belt or AP belt. What's up, Quan? I got my ticket, man. Quan, what about hotels? What should I do? I really don't want to spend too much money. I might just do the cheap hotel. So I did not plan this. This trip was not planned in my budget, Quan. But it's good. It's a good opportunity to be out there. Hopefully I can see Quan if he's not too busy. I'm for sure gonna get some boba though. Quan said he gotta look good competing. Says paramedic here. I just want to take the time to educate y'all. Although having an AED gives people the best chance of survival, it's a Hail Mary. I mean a truly huge Hail Mary. Of all the people who go into and out of a hospital cardiac arrest, only 5% of them get discharged from the hospital neurologically intact. Get an AED in your gym, take CPR class, do what you're trained to do, but remember that we're trying to do something that fails more often than not. Yeah, bro, let me know. Yeah, let me know. Let him know. Says, yeah, so it seems like, I mean, it just seems like unfortunate events. You know, maybe if they got to him in time, but you guys have been to those tournaments. Sometimes there's a lot of people, matches, people screaming. The medic's over there. Somebody broke his arm, broke his leg. Medic over there. And in that 5 minutes, you know, it's 5 minutes at the tournament ain't nothing to, where's he at? Oh, we're trying to run to him. And then CPR itself, you know, doesn't have the highest success rate. So it was just a lot of unfortunate things happening all at the same time, you know. And sometimes it's your time to go. Like, what's up, Josiah? You know, sometimes it's your time to go. And it just happened to be at the tournament. Which is sad, you know. Says, I feel like every arena and gymnasium should have a defibrillator. That's more so on the whoever owns the gymnasium. How's IBJJF? They don't travel with no defibrillator with them. Says, that said, do you think IBJJF should have their own for events like this, given that it's, well, they should make a note of that when they book the venues. Okay, do they have the medical emergency equipment? Oh, they don't? Okay, we need to have our own. It says, I had to take an online course on how to use them to be IBJ certified black belt. But how's that going to help you if you don't have it? So it doesn't seem, before I thought they didn't have any medical equipment, but it seems like they did try everything in their power from what I'm reading. And like I said, sometimes it's your time to go. I mean, you can't not much you can do when it's that. I heard it wasn't immediately. It took some time to get over to him. No AED in sight, no clear emergency situation awareness, no medical staff rushing to the area. We have all been to IBJFs, and I know their medical staff is completely underwhelming. Since IBJF is a private company, we don't know the exact figure for annual revenue. I think it's somewhere north of 10 million, maybe north of 15 million per year. but I'm sure it's in the millions. Do better, IBJF, and hire more trained medical staff. For sure, they need more medical staff. We need more protocols. So this is like the big issue with these private companies. It's not a real federation. There's no board. There's no way for members to interact with the leadership of the IBJJF. Basically, they do whatever they want to do, and we just take it. But if it was a real board, there will be, where you have to run for it. There would be like, there would be like a vote for the representation for the members of the board. You have more of a say in a real federation. If you join USA Wrestling, USA Judo, well, not really USA Judo, but you're supposed to have more of a say in the dealings of the federation, and you see the numbers, you see where the money's going to, where the money was invested into, and but IBJF, we don't know. We just gotta calculate that based on competitions, number of competitors, number of members. So it does kind of hinder us a lot. Said he was in his 50s. Yeah, you Masters guys, I'm in Masters too as well. You guys be quick to jump on some supplements, and you guys don't need that crap. You don't need that crap. You don't need that TRT. Get off that TRT. You don't need that crap. Just focus on your technique. I'm not saying that's what he was on, but a lot of you go to Masters Worlds, you're gonna see some shredded up people, more shredded than they were in their 20s. I was asked last minute to come work as a paramedic at this event one year. There was no formality to the job, no contract, and no explanation of the services they needed on standby. Come on, IBJF, do better. And it didn't sound like they had any equipment that I should bring what I thought necessary. All of that combined gave me a bad feeling, so I turned it down. I haven't been to the facility it was held at, so I don't know where the ADs are located, but they should still have had an AD and someone with BLS equipment nearby at minimum. Also, have preferably 2 people trained in BLS and CPR. Yeah, so I mean, they for sure can do better. And, there might be a lawsuit. I don't know. Jason says, also, what if there are multiple incidents at the same time? We have 3,000 competitors today. How many medical pros do we need? Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, each one costs $35 an hour, so one EMT should do it, right? Yeah. One EMT, he got some Band-Aids, maybe some athletic tape and some ice. How are you going to treat 3,000 people? Cardiac arrest over here, broken leg over there, dislocated shoulder right there. Somebody got cut on a little boo-boo on their finger. So that is pretty crazy. Let me move Craig Jones over a little bit. All that money, I mean, you know what? They just put all that money into their new facility, their new headquarters. And, I mean, they need to invest in the medical staff. Come on, it's easy. Josiah says, I'm on set, right? And we finna make this movie happen. Gianni Grippo winning EBI. Yeah, man. I don't know about that EBI win, but you make your script. Yeah, you need a bunch. I'm not sure the exact number. We need a medical professional to let us know. I'm not a medical professional. So we got the World Championships, the Wrestling World Championships coming up soon in Zagreb. Where's that at? Hungary, maybe? No? I have no idea. Hey, yo, Kennedy. Bro, she about to throw some girls. Where is Zagreb at? 1 month ago, Croatia. Oh, yeah, Croatia. It's going to be the 13th to the 21st. They're going to have a lot of stuff going on. We'll try to cover some of the news, too. UWW about as bad as UFC. They see you use any clip of theirs, they're gonna hit that copyright strike. Yeah, pretty soon. Yeah, man. Atos. We got Atos. You know, they got some good people on there. Pato, bronze medalist, ADCC. Is Barbosa on their team? Barbosa's... I don't know if he plays. Kynan, you know, he won absolute last year. And weight class. I believe minus 99. And Felipe Pena, you know, definitely ADCC champion before. The only person we're not sure about is Ronaldo Jr. And why is Ronaldo Jr.? Ronaldo Jr. can't make 77, can he? He gonna get leg locked. Them long legs. I believe Ronaldo Jr. fought J-Rod. Was it J-Rod he fought recently? Before the Gooning Gate. So we'll see how they do. I don't know. They actually should be a good contender. They're probably number 3 ranked after New Wave and B Team. And they got the most champions. They got the most ADCC medalists on their team, I believe. Yeah, I believe so. I could be wrong. I don't know. Plus, you throw Andre in there, he got more championships than everybody. More ADCC goals. It says no girl, no problem. You know what? The Dagestani's always warming up. And most jiu-jitsu people never want to warm up, so maybe they're onto something. Says BJJ drills that blue belts can't do. All right, maybe. I don't know. I never did that. I don't know if that's going to help you get better at jiu-jitsu, but you guys, if you want to do social media content, go ahead. Did she put her hands on the floor? No. I mean, it happens to the best of us. She didn't have no log splitter. She didn't let go to push on the hip. She didn't stand up. I don't know how she got caught in this armbar though. She wasn't even looking, like she's surprised. I'm going through it today, guys. I heard Croatia is a really beautiful place. Really beautiful lakes or ocean front, beach front.
So I'm here defending the double under submission. I'm gonna get an underhook with my right arm, connect my hands, free his elbow, place both my legs over the top of his back, change my hands over.
Let me not play that music. We got Tariq Plata set up. Nice. It's crazy because, you know, Tariq, he was been doing this stuff since purple belt. You know, he's been doing Tariq Plata since purple belt, so it's pretty cool to see people picking up on the technique, especially the European crew. And, you know, Brata Plata is good too. I've got Mr. Craig Jones. Says Craig Jones steals his brother and coach. Thoughts? Diabolical. Can you guys see that? Says, screw the Gable match. Craig comes out on Team New Wave and pulls the competition win, only for Gordon to walk out of the stands, challenge Craig to a no rules barred one-on-one ending with their retirement of two legends and BJJ's greatest beef. Then they kiss. Did you write that, Josiah? Is that you? Is that your script you've been working on? What kind of storyline is that, Josiah? Couldn't we skip everything but the end? Says, ain't no way. I'm out of the loop. What the F is going on? Big Dan is sick and had to pull out of CJI. Craig announced that he is the replacement and competing as a wild card for Team New Wave. I personally won't believe that he's actually competing at CJI, much less for New Wave, until I see him not only step on the mats, but start the round. But who knows at this point? If Helio himself steps on the mats, I'd barely be surprised. I don't want to read. That's too much to read. Josiah says Ronaldo Jr. last comp was a loss to Tynan at Worlds by DQ. I meant Nogi. Nogi. Okay, he said it. He did beat J-Rod by decision at Who's Number One. J-Rod was winning, then went for a crazy pass and got his back taken. Oh, yeah, that's true. He got DQ'd at Worlds? Worlds is crazy, bro. That might have been the worst Worlds because of the refereeing. Because they would stop the match, be on the earpiece. And, bro, it sucks when you're competing. That's happened to me. I did Jersey Open. They were on the earpiece. I'm like, come on, man. You stopping the flow of the match. And there's no recourse. There's no playback. You can't see nothing. You can't challenge their calls or anything. You just got to accept whatever they give you. Says he made 2 videos insinuating he's stepping in. One of Danaher calling a replacement and him picking up the phone, and another of his face cropped out on John Cena walking out at the Royal Rumble. Is kind of on par with how he announced his news. Says Craig picking up his phone and laughing as he sees everyone thinking he's the real wild card. After the laugh, he sits down, throws his phone across the room, and starts crying because reality is his blood pressure just shot up another 50 points, trying to find another autistic person to really join New Wave this late. Craig leans forward, takes a sniff. Bro, Josiah, is that you writing all these storylines on Reddit? So it says, imagine if CJI 3 was Craig versus Gordon. Whoever wins gets custody of Nikki Ryan. It's probably John Jones in for Big Dan. At this stage, I'm just confused by everything. An outstanding long con with excellent marketing, or he's just stepping in to not let his event go down. I want answers. Is this the whole thing between him and Gordon for show? This is all just too much to follow. What if Gable Stevenson is the fill-in for New Wave? I doubt Danaher would like to have a white belt on his team. You can have 2 wild cards. Craig is the most decorated competitor on the New Wave team. Gordon just threw his phone. Bodoni is technically more decorated than Craig is. Hey, jiu-jitsu tournament with pro wrestling storylines. That's what you guys want. You guys are getting exactly what you want. Yeah, so it should be exciting. I should be there watching.
Gab Garcia was fucking dangerous. This fucking chop will kill you, porra. This chop will kill you inside a 3 round, porra. Take this fucking stupid off. Yeah, don't. Pay attention. You understand? Use some of that one. First of all, catch the fucking ball. You thought fucking Gab Garcia was fucking dangerous? This fucking chop will kill you, porra.
So yeah, you know, we getting the best marketing we probably ever gonna get in jiu-jitsu. UFC, look at the UFC's marketing. It got Dana White too close, screaming at the cell phone. UFC, he be slurring half his words. But look at Craig Jones. He actually got some you know, he got real videographers out here. He got some storylines. Got different actors. Got different people in here. Everybody. What I like about CJI is that everybody's kind of doing their best to promote it. And then, you know, you try to watch UFC BJJ, they ain't promote nothing on there. You guys didn't even know that there was a UFC BJJ 2. I ain't seen Mikey do no promo. Mikey's promo is eating pizza. Mikey, how you promoting the show? You just eating pizza, Mikey. That ain't promoting the show. Get out the house and promote the show. But yeah, some of these other events, they don't even promote themselves. BJJ Stars. Who's number one? You know, Adele was doing a lot. Adele and Jasmine Hosher were doing a lot to promote. But that was basically it, though. And Kit Dell a little bit. Wagner a little bit. Says, world's unluckiest pickpocket runs straight into 2 jiu-jitsu black belts. What were they doing out on vacation? What were they doing together? I'm not gonna say nothing else. We got Mr. Cobrinha out here. What you doing, Cobrinha? It's going slow. Put it together, Cobrinha. Keep your hands up. Come on, Cobrinha. Don't too slow. The thing about striking is that in jiu-jitsu, we do things kind of methodical. You could say slow. But in like boxing, they hit you 3 times in that 1 second. Jiu-jitsu, we be going slow. We flat on our feet. Jason says, I like the clip where Laranja was teaching Craig how to escape submissions. He just put on a ton of grease and slide out of them. And that does work. That does help. That's the Nicky Rod technique, apparently, or allegedly. Ethan Krinelstein, he's of course representing B Team.
Try to get me in a room, yeah. Everybody wanna talk, why? Always coming with the tunes.
He's got a crazy cut though. We'll see. We'll see how he does. I kind of want to see that. I kind of want to see that rematch versus Pato. I think that'll be a good one for the people. We got some cool matchups at Masters Worlds. There's only 4 days left to register. I don't think I'm gonna compete there. It's too expensive. But I might go and coach some of my friends. So potential matchups. We're gonna go through a couple. Jackson, the guy, he won 2023 Worlds, 2024, one of those Worlds, versus Jamie Canuto, super good guy. I don't think he ever won Worlds, but he'd be like second and third placed, you know. We got Miss Fionn Davies, Masters 1 lightweight. All right, I'm going Fionn. Peter Frank. Ooh, I got to go Peter Frank. Masters 2 middleweight. That's my weight class, actually. Got Malachi versus Rodney Barbosa. Masters 1 light feather. Should be a good match. I'm leaning towards Malachi. AJ Agazam versus Kyle Almeida. I'm going Masters 2 middleweight division. I'm still going. Well, they're probably going to lose to Peter Frank, but I'm going Kyle Almeida. Masters 2 middle heavy. You got Marcus Tinoco versus Chais Olimpio. I'm going to go Marcus Tinoco. Tamares Aquino versus Patty Fontes. Going to go Patty Fontes. Josh Hinger, Masters 3. Josh Hinger, you Masters 3 versus Rodrigo Corporal. I don't know who's calling that one. It might be a barn burner. The only doubt is sorry guys. I'm struggling out here. I still stream. Even when I can't talk, I stream. I think it's going to be a barn burner. Both of those guys are good. Ferris, he's going to be versus Orlando Monterio. It's in the gi, so I'm going Orlando. I'm cooked, guys. You got Gabriel Gonzaga, the UFC fighter, versus Bruno. That's the guy that owns King's Kimono. I'm going Gabriel Gonzaga, though. Yeah, this guy, he owns King's Kimono. Sergio Rios. I'm going Sergio Rios versus Fred Almeida. Fredson Pashao. Oh, he's still competing? Versus Fabio Leopoldo. Leopoldo. I'm going Fredson. This is old school. Look at these old school guys. I remember when some of these guys had hair. I'm going Tavio. You know, that's one of my favorite grapplers, actually. Leo Leite, you guys know him. He fought Hodger Gracie back in the day versus Gustavo Pires. I only know Leo Leite. I don't know the other guys. Leo Leite was really good. Very judo-based guy. Jason says, I thought Fionn said she would never compete for free again. Doesn't she have to pay here? She's a world champion. She's a world champion, so she gets... technically, she paid for her lodging and stuff. She's probably going to CJI. She's a world champion, so she gets reimbursed for any registration fees, I believe. I'm not sure if that's just for world championships. It might be for all IBJF world, any IBJF tournaments. If you're a world champion, they reimburse you, or it's free for you when you sign up. It says Renato Cardozo versus Felipe Carmonca. I'm gonna go Cardozo because he was doing worlds like a couple years ago at adult, and like placing at worlds. Felipe Fogland versus Leo Machado. I don't know either of those guys. Rodrigo Freitas. I'm going Rodrigo Freitas. Suyan Cueros versus Jack McVicker. I don't know. Fabio Alano versus Tanner Rice. Ooh, that's a good matchup. Ooh. I like Tanner. I know Tanner. I actually fought Tanner too, back when he was smaller. But Fabio Alano's good. He used to train with Mergali back in the day. That's a toss-up. I don't know. I don't know if Tanner Rice been training. And Fabio Alano, didn't he have surgery or something? I don't know. I don't know who to call him that one. Coin flip. So, some good matchups, man. Masters Worlds. Says, are we going to see Billy Hammer at CGI 2?
For a Daisy Fresh or something?
Jacob Coach could do that. Jacob Coach is extremely dangerous. Behind the scenes, he's been competing quite a bit. He's been getting in a lot of cash bracket tournaments and getting into some IBJJF. So he's been competing quite a bit, but he looks great. Super, super dangerous. If he gets into his positions, he can finish anybody in the world. And he has a very efficient game. He's somebody that I could see staying in for 2, 3, 4 rounds and submitting those people. He's somebody who is very technically sound. He gets to his positions. He has extremely good leg locks, a great closed guard. He's very dangerous. dangerous with upper body attacks. So I think I could see him getting in there and getting some wins in some short rounds too. I think he could get guys out of there quick.
Is there anybody that you're predicting kind of could clean somebody out for a Daisy Fresh or something?
Jacob Coach could do that. Jacob Coach is extremely dangerous. Behind the scenes, he's been competing quite a bit. He's been getting in a lot of cash bracket tournaments and getting into some IBJJF. So he's been competing quite a bit, but he looks great. Super, super dangerous. If he gets into his positions, he can finish anybody in the world. And he has a very efficient game. He's somebody that I could see.
Well, first off, I'm surprised Jacob Couch didn't get canceled, for the emotional abuse that he was doing, but whatever. But I think he's too predictable. He might catch a few people, but if he catches like a person that doesn't know leg locks, okay, or a big dude that just kind of just out there, he might catch another big dude that's just kind of shouldn't be out there. But I think everybody's kind of figured out that false reap kind of game he does, where he pulls the leg through. I think that's all. Is that all he's got? What else does Jacob Couch have? I feel like Jason Whitfield would know better than me. I just don't think he's gonna go on a run. I think it's gonna be an Australian. One of the Australians will go on a run. Maybe an American. Well, he's American too, but I don't think Hillbilly Hammer gonna really do much. We got Mr. Gutenberg. So where's my judo people saying we don't do well? I didn't say our judo was good, but we be doing a little bit of stand up. Especially with the big boys, you don't want to really play on bottom too much. But at least we do a little bit. Gutenberg says, I was fortunate enough to train with a person who is considered one of the best ever. Who is that? In my true opinion, he is the best ever, but that's my personal opinion. And I have mad respect for him. I love him as a friend and as a mentor coming up in jiu-jitsu. And he's a guy that I look up to. Is that Meraki, Jim? Not Meraki. Is that Meraki, Jim? What's up with all these gyms having these boardrooms? Yeah, what gym is that? Does anybody know that gym? That was a nice gym. He said to me throughout my whole journey, blue belt, purple, brown belt, that for you to get better, you have to put yourself in the positions your training partner is really good at, and you have to resolve the puzzle. He always told me growing up, if the guy is a good passer, don't try to be on top. Try to play guard. If the guy plays guard really well, don't try to pull guard first. Try to pass his guard. I've had this mindset forever because of him, and I really appreciate that mentality because it helped me become who I wanted to be. Who I wanted to be. A versatile athlete, really good on bottom, really good on top, especially on top. Jay Hunt, who's that? Jay Hunt. Who is this guy? Oh, that's the guy that owns Meraki, right?
Coming in here with the design is to feel relaxed and to feel good.
So you guys don't know Meraki's, they use like a lot of artwork. They got like a barber shop. Really nice facilities. I mean, if you want to compete in like LA or New York, you got to have some good facilities. You can't just have no raggedy old mat, one shower, no water fountain. You can't be in these high profile cities and not have nothing. It's just not going to work. Let's see.
Grab something, I couldn't hold it because the bicep wouldn't fire. I lost a lot of muscle mass in the arm and everything, so it was just...
Oh, he is a judo fighter. Okay. Oh, it's in Santa Monica? Oh, yeah. You know you're paying $200, $250.
I'm going to give you a little bit of an architectural tour of Meraki.
I just want to play the music. That's a beautiful school, though, you know. You walk into there. You walk into Meraki, you better get your wallet ready. That's awesome. I'm trying not to play too much music today, guys. I'm just tired of the copyright stuff. It says Kevin Rendleman. Yeah, he died too soon. He died in his 40s. I can play that music. They brought his photos to life, though. Which is crazy because, I mean, you can just watch video of him. Look at Mark Coleman when he was young. You know, we forget, Rendleman left behind a kid. So when all these people are doing all this crazy stuff, I'm like, man, it's not really worth it, man. You losing your life. You know, use up all your lifespan to win some gold medal for $5,000. That ain't worth shit. Well, yeah, some people got a Porsche, though. That is true. Some people get a Porsche. Some people got a Toyota. But it don't matter. It's not worth your life. It says when you're 120 kilograms, that's over 200 easily. 100 kilograms is like 200 pounds or a little bit over 200. It says white belt transformation. And so he just did 122. That's the white belt transformation right there. That food looks good too. I'll be eating too. That's me when I go to New Jersey. When I go to New Jersey, I be in good shape. When I leave New Jersey, I be out of shape. Jason says, we talked recently about what judo could do to get more popular. Alam Fight Club Judo in Cali is really ran well for schools, 800 students. That's amazing. That's where all the judo people in America probably coming from. Probably Cali and New Jersey. Maybe somewhere in Florida too. We gotta look up that school. What's the name of it? What's the name of the gym? Olympic Fight Club? Or Alam? Is this the one? Is that the judo school? Yeah, it's judo. They got 800 students though? Oh, through 4 schools.
Hi friends, today I want to introduce one of our good student, good example for many people. Tell us a little bit about your journey, how you join our team. Tell us about you.
Oh, I see the 4 locations. I just want to play the music. Look, they got kids out there. Yeah. Look, they at the jiu-jitsu tournament too. That's good to see, man. Looks like they do a lot of stuff, right? They got wrestling. That's some other stuff out there. Jiu-jitsu. Hey. Now, you can't argue that judo is more dangerous, for sure. You can't argue that. That is true. You're going to get some concussions in judo. Well, someone was paralyzed in judo, right, recently? Let's look that up real fast. Para. Was it Pans? What tournament was it? Uh-oh. Is this true?
Alright, somebody shared me an article about hundreds of children getting paralyzed from judo in Japan. You can check the video in the description section of this video. I saw the video, you know. Basically, the kids are being forced to practice judo in Japan. And what's happening is a lot of these kids are getting paralyzed, and some of them even
US Open,
die, I think. And it's just really sad, you know, like they're being forced to do this, and it's just extremely dangerous stuff. I mean, they keep slamming these kids onto the ground repetitively, and this is not an intelligent way to train. You know, obviously, I don't promote this at all, and this guy is like kind of comparing it to boxing. Like, imagine if schools forced children to go into boxing clubs, or you know, to do boxing, like forced every kid to do boxing. First off, martial arts, combat sports, football, wrestling, you know, stuff like that is not for everybody. Like, it's only for a selected few people in this world. A lot of people cannot handle that sort of hard type of training. Their bodies are delicate, you know, a lot of people, and their bones break easy, they get hurt easy, they get concussions easy. It's like, even people that go on to run marathons, they even die running. And when you have people practice, when you force people into these violent type of sports, you know, it's not a smart thing to do. People's bodies they're just not built that way. Not everybody's built that way. So it's just kind of like, sometimes people, you have everybody in the math class, and then some people, they just don't get it, and then they get Fs. It just doesn't come natural to them. Same thing with sports. It's like a person, they're just not physically capable, and then all of a sudden they fail, and then it costs them, like they end up being hospitalized for the rest of their life. You know, so it's sad in Japan, but we don't live in Japan, so it's not really something that we got to deal with. But even football is very dangerous, and that's not something that kids are forced into. It's something that they got to volunteer for. You know, but judo, they're constantly throwing each other in the ground, and that causes a lot of concussions as well. You know, judo might even be more dangerous than the football. You know, and you know, boxing is dangerous too, and it's just the way that you do it. It's the way that you teach it to determine whether or not it's gonna be dangerous. You know, but children should not be forced into this at all. Children or adults, they shouldn't be forced into it. It's just not for everybody. And even children shouldn't even be, you know, martial arts is never for the entire public. It's impossible. You know, it's like having the entire public go into the military. I mean, it's not possible. Some people are not just some people, many people are not built to be in the military. Many people are not built to be able to take somebody else's life. Not everybody's built to become athletic. Just like not everybody's built to be highly intelligent. You know, everybody has their strengths and their weaknesses, And even though I love martial arts, I know that it's not for everybody, and it's just something. It's just not a very good idea to force it on anybody. It's got to be something that the person really wants, and then when they show that interest and drive towards, improvement, then you show them the way to get to where they want to be. But if they don't show that interest, then they are better off doing something else. Play ping pong, play tennis, play volleyball, shoot pool, play basketball, play soccer. Like martial artists, people that are drawn to that realm, it's a very small segment of the population. And it's sad that Japan just doesn't understand that, but it's their country, and they're free to do what they think is best for their people. But in my opinion, that's just not an intelligent way, to govern the lives of children in that way.
You said US Judo? Let's see. US Judo. Was there no news about that? Was it 3 months ago? No, it says European Judo. That's not what we're looking for. That's crazy. It's hard to find stuff.
Welcome back to Judo Highlights. One of the greatest things.
Nobody did a post about that or anything? I don't think anybody talked about it. Oh, it was in Alabama? It's hard to find this stuff. Oh, there you go. You gotta search for this stuff. They be hiding this stuff. This year's U.S. Open. This is 5 days ago. It says 2025 U.S. Open National Championship. Let me move my screen over a little bit. Trigger warning. At the tournament, there was a serious injury, cervical. His name is Zomagali. In my reel, I show pictures from his GoFundMe. We'll probably check that GoFundMe out too. They put a GoFundMe. Where's USA Judo at? They ain't got no money for. Isn't some of this stuff covered? Isn't there injury? Isn't there something in the when you sign up for USA Judo, or he's not American? But whatever federation, don't they have money for injuries and stuff? We'll check out the GoFundMe too. Speak love and blessings in his name, and donate and share his information for others to help, please. The U.S. Open National Championships. This is a huge event that draws judokas from around the world to test their skills. And of course, given the physical nature of the sport, injuries can be expected. Even so, walking into a contest, I expect to walk out. Yeah, I say a little prayer before I compete. I'm like, I'm going to walk myself onto that mat, and I hope I can walk myself back off that mat. And at my fighter's core, I want to shake my opponent's hand as they too walk out, win or lose. This judoka has a cervical injury. He's from Southern California and currently in Miami Hospital, where the tournament took place. He's also a father and husband, so he's far away from family support as well. Y'all wrap him in your best love right now and speak his name, asking for blessings to cover him and his family. Of course, if you're able, please donate to his GoFundMe. This reminded me to slow down and count my blessings. Count your blessings. Wherever you are right now, take a moment, take a deep breath, close your eyes, relax your shoulders, and exhale the words thank you. Keep your eyes closed for 3 breaths, hold exhales, and you flip through your mind. As you flip through your mind, finding anything you are grateful for. Little things count. Let's watch this video and then we'll check out the GoFundMe. I'm not playing music though. That music get me. We're just watching the video. Oh, it said trigger warning, but I guess it was okay. Oh wait. Trigger warning. Uh-oh. Okay, that looks terrible. Here's a white belt. Blue belt. What was that? The second belt in judo? What's the ranks in judo, if you remember? Don't you have to be a member? Oh, U.S. Oh, he's not American though, is he? Or is he? You have to be a member to compete though, don't you? In America? Somebody calling me. I don't know who that is. Let's check out that GoFundMe real fast. Might donate a couple dollars. We'll see. Who else in jiu-jitsu donating money? Maybe Craig Jones, but that's it. And Craig be having sponsors a lot of times. I sponsor myself. Was there anybody else in judo talking about this? Thing. Says urgent medical fundraiser for Zalusan Zumagali. Says dear friends, my voice is cooked, guys. I'm sorry. Dear friends and community, we are reaching out with heavy hearts to ask for support. Our brother Zalazan suffered a serious injury during a recent competition. He fractured his cervical spine and underwent emergency surgery in Miami. Currently, his body is not responding, and he is facing a long and uncertain road to recovery. Zalazan is a loving father with 4 children and a student wife who depends on him, and this tragedy has deeply impacted his entire family. Throughout the years, Zalazan has contributed so much to our community, always offering a helping hand, volunteering his time, and supporting those around him. Now he needs us. The cost of medical care, surgery, and ongoing hospital bills is overwhelming, and the family is in urgent need of financial support to cover these expenses. If you are able to help in any way through a donation, sharing this message, or simply keeping him in your prayers, it would mean the world. Let's come together for Zalazan with heartfelt thanks. And then they got it in Russian too or something. Thank you, man. Thank you, Nighttime World. I'll get a coffee. I'm gonna send a little. I think I'm gonna donate a little bit of money to Zalathan too. I see some big amounts on there. I think just getting to that habit of giving is really useful. We gave a little bit to Heath Pedigo. He needed eye surgery, so I still care about my judo brothers. My judo brothers, they might be attacking me, coming after me, but I do love the judo people. I love the wrestlers, love the samboists. I love all the grappling art forms. So thank you, Nighttime World. So yeah, I'm gonna try to give a little bit of money too. I'll switch off, you guys. I don't let you guys see how much I'm giving, but I'll give a little bit. And if you guys want to donate too, if you do judo, you need to donate. Let me move my head out the way. If you do judo, you need to donate a little bit, man. It could be $1, $2, whatever you got. And for sure, you guys need to open up that wallet come time for CJI. So I'm going to switch to big mode so you guys can't see how much I'm giving or see my information. I might just give a couple shekels, you know. I ain't got that Gordon Ryan or that Craig Jones money. I got dollars and cents. They give $1,000, $5,000. It ain't nothing to them. Can I show you? Oh, I'll just show you guys. Let's see. Yeah, I won't show how much I'm giving. Thank God for Apple Pay. And you know what? Sometimes you give. What do they say? Give and you shall receive. It doesn't mean you're going to receive more money, but maybe you just receive a good feeling in your heart. It's going slow as crap today. Jason Whitfield says it goes white, yellow, orange, green, blue, brown, black. So he was a blue belt. Okay, so he was kind of intermediate belt level. Did you guys hear that? All right, I did donate a little bit of money, guys. Don't attack me. You can see how much I donated if you look closely, but I'm gonna just go ahead and continue. I did donate. I did donate to the judo fund. I don't want to hear anybody say I'm stingy over here on this channel. I better not hear anybody say I'm stingy on this channel. Hopefully if I make more money, I'll give more money too, you know. Like I said in the talking about IBJJF, you never know when your time is going to come up. And so it ain't going to help me to hold on to this money, hoard all this money like Moneyberg and some other people. What am I going to do with that money when I'm dead? I'm not going to use that money no more. And what I can do, I can put this on my YouTube channel or my Instagram channel. I did that with He Pedigo, so maybe I can convince some people to give a little bit too. Any of my judo people, you should be giving in these cases here. If you do judo, you love judo, you be arguing with me in the comments about judo, I want to see you guys give some money. Put your money where your mouth is, judo people. Come out here and support. So they have a 500K goal, and they've only raised 66,000. So I'm issuing a challenge to my judo people to go and give some money. It could be $1, could be $2, $5, $10. If 5,000 people give $100, is that right? 500 people gives $100. If 500 people, my math might be off. 500 times 100. No, that's not it. If 5,000 people give $100, that's $500,000. There you go. We made the money. So any judo people that argue with me in the comments on the daily, go give some money. Go give some money. Get this guy back on his feet. And that'll prove to me that judo's coming back. That'll prove. Jiu-jitsu people, you can donate. Wrestlers, you can donate too. But I kind of want to have that kind of culture on this channel where we do try to give a little bit back. We ain't just about taking. All these guys, jiu-jitsu guys you support, all you do is you buy their DVD, you buy their instructional, you buy their t-shirt, you buy their rash guard. I ain't ever seen those guys give back. Have you guys? Craig Jones gives back. Have you seen Gordon Ryan give back? Have you seen Danaher give back? Have you seen some of your favorite grapplers give back? I don't know. I never seen it. I got proof, and I think that's the kind of culture I want on this show, on this channel. So that's what we're gonna be doing from now on. We're gonna give, even if I got $2 in the bank account, I'll give 50 cents. I'll give $1. I feel good, man. I feel good after doing that. I ain't really get that much money, but I feel good after giving a little bit, and hopefully getting some of you guys to donate too. It says, point of view, you just choked someone out, but your PT is watching. So PT stands for physical therapist or personal trainer. Let's just watch the video. Can't play that comment or that audio, bro. The audio catches me all the time. So she's dragging the unconscious person. That's how the IBJF medical staff be. Oh no, I made myself sad. That's how they be moving you around. They ain't got no gurney. They ain't got no equipment at IBJF. They over there grabbing your legs and grabbing your arms. They over there transporting you like that, like you a stuffed pig. Oh, that's sad. I'm sorry. Too dark. There's Mikey Musumeci over there. What's up, Mikey? Mikey, we done scared Mikey off. Mikey said we bullied him. Says the best Brazilian impression ever made. Brazilians swear they don't have an accent, then talk like this.
Guy, the gas station guy, and he said, "Oh, you're from Brazil? How he know? How he know I'm from Brazil? I don't say, porra. I talk in English, porra. I talk to him like, hey man, how you doing today? Beautiful day. It's beautiful, hot." And he said, "Oh, you from Brazil, right? How he know that one, man? Porra." I was talking to that guy, the gas station guy.
That's some of you guys' instructors out there. That's the guy you call a professor at your gym. Got Mr. Gordon Ryan. He explains what kills your progress in BJJ.
If you're trying to learn a certain type of system, so like headlocks, at what like mastery level would you like focus on that before moving on to something else?
But the number one thing that kills progression is boredom. So if I tell you, hey, you need to get good at triangles, and you spend the next 1 year practicing triangles, you're like fucking bored of triangles. And then the next thing you know, you're like, okay, well, I don't really want to learn triangles anymore. Then you miss a class here, you miss a class there, then the boredom takes over and you're just not training as much. So if you maybe you come in and maybe you came to a seminar today, you're like, oh man, front headlock, I'm really interested in learning more front headlock. But you were working on guard passing, maybe you're like, okay, I'm going to start working on front headlock. So it really comes down to personal preference and what keeps you interested in the sport, because boredom is the number one inhibitor of progression.
Like, if you're trying to learn a certain type of system, so like headlocks, at what like mastery level would you like focus on that before moving on to something else?
But the number one thing that kills progression is boredom. So if I tell you, hey, you need to get good at triangles, and you spend the next 1 year practicing triangles, you're like fucking bored of triangles. And then the next thing you know, you're like, okay, well, I don't really want to learn triangles anymore. Then you miss a class here, you miss a class there, then the boredom takes over and you're just not training as much. So if you maybe you come in and maybe you came to a seminar today, you're like, oh man, front headlock, I'm really interested in learning more front headlock. But you were working on guard passing, maybe you're like, okay, I'm going to start working on front headlock. So it really comes down to personal preference and what keeps you interested in the sport, because boredom is the number one inhibitor of progression.
I'm just putting the link up, guys.
Like, if you're trying to learn a certain type of system, so like headlocks,
I'm gonna pin it.
At what like mastery level would you like focus on that before moving on to something else?
So yeah, I agree with Gordon. You just gotta I mean, I don't know how you'd get bored in jiu-jitsu. Just do something, work on something else then. You guys got to keep yourself preoccupied. And that's not your coach's job. You guys think your coach's job is to entertain you. The coach's job is to guide you and get to a point where you're fluent in the art of jiu-jitsu. You know, your coaches eventually, you know, they show you the moves, they build your basics, your foundation, they give you techniques. And eventually as you progress, you should be exploring a little bit on your own, you know? And then if you need help, the coach is there. And then hopefully one day you surpass your coach, and then the coach is just there to support you in your pursuits. But yeah, I don't know how you get bored in jiu-jitsu. There's always something to work on. And if you don't think you have nothing to work on, send me your video and I'll pick something for you to work on. So we got the link to the GoFundMe posted up there if you guys want to donate $1, $2, $10, $100, $100, $10,000, whatever you got over there, you can do it. Just give whatever you feel comfortable giving. If you can't give, you can share. That's the culture I want on this channel, man. We ain't stingy on this channel. says, why wrestlers get the worst acne in the world? The mats.
Transfer. I had a wrestling headgear tested after one match, and what we found was horrifying. This is what's grinding into your face every time you compete, and it's destroying your skin and giving you terrible acne. Wrestling is the only sport where your equipment is literally designed to press bacteria into your face. The constant friction, sweat, and pressure create the perfect breeding ground for acne that regular products can't touch. The stereotype of the acne-faced wrestler has followed the sport for decades. Your current acne treatment wasn't created for athletes who grind their face into bacteria-covered surfaces. That's why it fails wrestlers every single time. That's why we created Ball Boys and Ball Girls, the first ever skincare company made for athletes. Our activated charcoal technology extracts embedded bacteria other products can't reach, while our Beach Bliss formula creates a shield that strengthens under pressure and sweat. Wrestlers at every level are now discovering that they don't have to accept acne as just part of wrestling. From high school state qualifiers to college wrestlers, the secret is spreading across wrestling rooms nationwide. You have two options: keep letting mat bacteria win the match against your face, or grab Ball Boys and Ball Girls and join the wrestlers who finally pin their acne problems for good. Don't wait, give us a try today. Did you know because wrestlers get more?
Yeah, it's a combination of factors. The mats, usually the wrestlers are younger, going through puberty. Sometimes the hygiene be a little off. So my wrestlers take care of all that. Nighttime World says Gracie self-defense jiu-jitsu is boring, and you have to go over the same 36 moves for like a year and a half. Yeah, that sounds terrible. You can find, there's always, even with the same boring techniques, you can find, if I grab here, I move it like that, okay, and keep that exciting. So I think, I don't know, there's always, even if the move's boring, there's something you can find in there that's useful. There might be a way you can improve upon it. There might be some other details you can add. But yeah, self-defense does get boring, same 36 moves. But then the Gracies get upset when you want to play 50-50. You want to do leg locks. You want to invert. They be upset. And you already tired of them self-defense techniques. You bored out your mind. We got Mr. Felipe Pena. He's getting ready for CGI 2. And he up against the wall.
Né? Que a Taurus fez. Tem vários.
We're not going to play that music. I played the music in the last thing. He's talking Portuguese. I think he's talking about his sponsor.
Vamos ser o primeiro tatame inclinado do Brasil. E o tatame tá aqui, tô treinando bastante, né? Eu acho que tem me ajudado muito na preparação. Muda muito, né? Você treinar no estágio que você vai.
So apparently they made that tatami for him. Which makes sense. You got to make the mats, so. I don't know I think they import a lot of those mats in Brazil, like Zebra. I'm not sure if they're made in America or Fuji, where they're made, but I think usually Brazilians have to import those mats. I could be wrong. So that's why you used to see all the puzzle mats in Brazil all the time, but I think things are changing. Seems like that company might be Brazilian that he was training on, those mats he was training on. So it's cool to see everybody's got to change their training, because they got to plan for the side. I don't know what's called, the pit. Yeah, they got to prepare for the pit. And what's crazy to me is that nobody can really prepare for that UFC bowl, because who's going to make that UFC bowl at their gym? It makes no sense to make that. And then UFC sues you for infringing on their copyrights, which they infringed on CGI and Karate Fight or whatever it's called. We got Mika Gaval. He getting ready too. Not gonna play that music. She's so loud. So they made a little pit as well that they can move around, I guess.
Bem, meu amigo. Chegamos aí com a surpresa pro Mika. Eita! Chamar ele aqui, a gente quer entregar aí. Agora sim, agora o homem vai voar. Vai. Agora ele vai ganhar tudo. Quer falar com ele? Vou, claro. Então vou dar um tempo, Mika. Dá uma paradinha aí. Mostrão. Beleza? Rapaz, tranquilo. Nada, forte, hein, bicho? Imagina. Agora baixando pra 700. Cara, trouxemos uma surpresa pra você. Seu jogo já é perfeito, mas a gente Trouxe aí um aparelho para ajudar a ficar melhor, muito parecido com o que vai ter na próxima luta aí. Espero que você goste. Os meninos já estão descendo ali, já descarregou uma caminhonete, a outra tá ali para descarregar, que é uma peça grande, e daqui a pouco estamos tudo pronto aí. Espero que você goste. Deu bastante trabalho.
Se vem já sempre vai ser bom.
So I like this. They made it so they can move their pit around. So that's pretty awesome.
Isso aqui é uma tendência, tá? É uma tendência mundial. Então, o Karate Combat, o UFC BJJ, o CGI, eles estão trabalhando com esse tipo aqui de área de luta, né? E eu acho bem interessante porque ela não deixa o cara fugir. A luta fica mais tempo em atividade, né? E nós somos a primeira escola do Brasil a ter talvez até do mundo, talvez até do mundo, tá? Nosso tatame é tamanho oficial, idêntico ao que a gente vai encontrar lá no CGI. Hoje vai estar ajudando o Mika na preparação dele, o Mika vai estar pisando nossa escola, vai estar pisando nosso país, né? Mas daqui a pouco eu espero de estar treinando um de vocês também, né? Para estar indo para um UFC, para um Karate Combat ou para um próprio CGI, tá? Então, queria agradecer, Milton, o esforço. Milton passou aí o Dia dos Pais dele trabalhando para entregar isso aqui pra gente, né? E queria agradecer também aí vocês aí que acreditam no nosso trabalho. A gente só se esforça para entregar para vocês o melhor que tem no mundo, gente. A gente é brasileiro, a gente veste camisa com orgulho. A gente não pode ficar com aquela síndrome de cachorro vira-lata, de achar que só lá fora que as coisas acontecem, só lá fora que as coisas são boas, só lá fora que presta. Aqui hoje vocês têm um treinamento nível mundial. Nossos resultados já falam por si só e a gente está cada vez mais tentando melhorar o treino, tentando trazer coisas novas, tentando estar à frente de todas as escolas, e essa área de luta mostra o nosso compromisso com vocês, tá? Obrigado aí vocês, obrigado Milton.
Tamo junto, mestre.
So they're getting ready. If you guys don't know BJ College, that's the Milky Gaval team. We got to do some research on them. Nighttime World says, John Danaher said Gordon Ryan's mats are over $30,000, and that's mind-blowing. Well, I thought that was true, but then I talked to Cousin Tony over here at Iron Horse. He said our mats cost about $15,000 for about 1,000 square feet or 1,500 square feet or something. So that means Gordon's probably double the space. And he said it's around $300 per mat, and I'm not sure what the wall mats are. So, ground mats. Can we find the Kingsway gym? Mats on the ground, the wall mats, and that little cage that makes the border. That does add up. And then probably the vinyl work too. Can we see the gym? Dang, I know pictures of the gym. I gotta go to Gordon Ryan. I don't want to. Oh, there we go. Yeah. I'm not sure exactly how big the space is. That front desk looks good. Plus gym equipment, another $5,000 probably. That little grass on the wall, that costs money. Everything costs money. Shower costs money. Let's see. I'm not sure how many mats that would be. Yeah, you take into account all that. You got to pad the thing in the middle right there. That might be $30,000. It's true. I mean, that's no money for Gordon, right? $30,000. He got that in his bank account, sitting there. His play money, Now $30,000. You asked me for $30,000. I can't come up with it. I'm sorry. Someone told me Craig Jones is moving to Kingsway. No joke. He might be representing them for CJI, but I don't think he's going to Kingsway. But who knows? I could be wrong. Craig, you want to come on here and tell us what you're going to do? I think Craig might be He might be in, he might be in the chat. You never know. You never know who's in this chat room. Gordon Ryan might be in the chat room. Craig Jones might be in the chat room. J. Rod might be in the chat room. Moneyberg might be in the chat room. You never know. But those mats are expensive. $300 a pop. What is that, 1,000 mats? 300 divided by 30,000? 30,000 divided by 300? That's 100 mats. 100 mats is $30,000. And that's probably with a discount. With the Fuji discount. How much is the Fuji mat? Let's check that out real quick. We do research on this show. $100 mats, bro. That don't seem like a lot, right? Gordon has that subfloor, which brings the value up. You can do that pretty cheaply with foam or milk crates. There's a way to get that for the cheap. Let's look at his color. He got the gray. Maybe it's 165 a mat. Let's see. Shoot. Okay, that might be like 180 mats. It's possible. He had the gray, what was that? The gray. What gray is that? Tatami matte green. It's not green. It's like the Kodokan color green, I think. He's got that, and he's got black, right? Something like that, yeah. All right, 165. What's black? 185. That gray cheap. As soon as you get the black, you're gonna be, how much is black? Okay, 165. Yeah, all right. Isn't it like this Kodokan green and black, right? Those are nice colors. Those actually do look good. That does look good, actually. That does look pretty nice. That is a nice colorway. They actually did go with that color. And how much the wall mats? Wall pad, is it wall pad technically? Subflooring, yeah. Well, let's look at that too. He got the is his black? What color was his? Let me pull it up again. Yeah, I guess that's Kodokan green, I think, and black. That looks good. Maybe I wish they had like a beige color too. Maybe you can get them custom made. Subfloor. Let's check out the subfloor. I think maybe you just did everything from Fuji. Yeah, I got little black a rectangle and the Kodokan green. That looks pretty good. I probably would have did smaller triangles, or smaller rectangles, like smaller rings. But it's not my school. Yeah, but $30,000 ain't nothing to Gordon, right? He got that in his bank account, sitting there. You gotta get the other pads. You gotta pad that little beam. How much that cost? $375 for that. He got that on the. Can you see the beam in the middle? Where did the thing go? Did I close out? Why did I close out of that? I didn't mean to. Oh, there it is. He's got the little beam in the middle with the black. You guys can't even see that. It's so far away. How much that costs? $375. Everything expensive nowadays, bro. That costs $375. How much the trim kit cost? $149. I don't know if he got trim on his though. Let's see. You said the subflooring. How much that costs? $10 by square foot. So you need both of these? You need the subfloor and then you need the blocks too? How does that work? Submat under. Yeah, they probably got everything. They probably charge them for everything. Submat, underlayment, pad. They got the subflooring system, the subfloor super blocks. That's for your throws. I don't know, maybe. I mean, you don't stack them up like that. Yeah, say you got 1,000 square feet of mats. What is that? No, is that $13,000? $1,300. How much is that subfloor? How much is that, Jason Whitfield? Shoot. That subfloor expensive. I think you got a deal, though. You got 1,000 square feet. That's $13 a square feet. Maybe I did that wrong. Maybe I did the math wrong. Yeah, that stuff adds up. That's why Gordon teaching all them classes.
Jiu-jitsu, because especially if you only watch instructionals, a lot of people only watch the instructionals, which I think is a terrible idea. So the DVDs is going to be the theory of jiu-jitsu. Now can you actually pull it up in a match and see it in play? That would be the application of jiu-jitsu. So I feel like guys don't do this. So I would really highly recommend doing film study for sure.
Let's watch the beginning again.
Every other sport does a film study. And I really feel like jiu-jitsu athletes, they just don't like doing it because they can't. Man, so many of them have ADD and all this stuff, and they can't sit still and just watch something. I mean, watching a 15-minute match is never fun, but it's going to be essential to getting better at jiu-jitsu because especially if you only watch instructionals. A lot of people only watch the instructionals, which I think is a terrible idea. So the DVDs is going to be the theory of jiu-jitsu. Now can you actually pull it up in a match and see it in play? That would be the application of jiu-jitsu. So I feel like guys don't do this. So I would really highly recommend doing film study for sure.
Yeah, other sports, you got to do film study. Jiu-jitsu people are changing now. It says film study isn't just for football or boxing. BJJ needs it too. In my latest episode with Black Belt Max Hansen, he explains why watching full matches is essential to applying the techniques you learn in instructionals. Theory is great, but you can't actually see it and pull it off in a live role. The only issue with this, film study is important, especially if you do super fights, which Max kind of does a lot more pro division super fights. But once you get into these tournament brackets, it's almost too much to research every fighter. Some of the brackets, some of your brackets might have 20 people in it. And to do an in-depth research on everybody, going to be tough. Well, he's saying just in general. I mean, you can watch. I mean, you should be training too. There's a big conversation about how much time should you spend watching footage versus just training on your own, learning on your own, drilling ecologically or whatever you want to do. That's going to be unique to every person. So Max, he likes to do those breakdowns. He'll find cool, interesting techniques. That seems to work well for him. But other people need to go out there and drill. They need to go out there and train, and that's how they learn. That's how they're going to perform best. And some of your favorite grapplers, they don't be watching no film. I think we talked to Lucas. He don't really film that much. Lucas Lepre. So it depends on the individual. I think Mika Gaval does some study of footage. But it's just unique. Whatever works for you, man. Some people are analytical. Other people, they can't. They got 2 brain cells. All that CTE, we got 2 brain cells, and usually in their sport. So yeah, do whatever you want to do. We watch a little bit of footage here, and I'll break that down, and I'll do some research, footage research for my other videos in my other channel. But usually I'm looking for a specific theme, or I'm studying a specific athlete. And I don't really jump around too much. Yeah, I don't really jump around. Looks like it blanked out a little bit. I don't really jump around too much with my study. We got knocked out for a second. Let me see. We're still on. You're still streaming. YouTube be acting crazy, bro. Good old YouTube be acting crazy. Make sure, you guys still hear me? I think one time my stream cut off on me. One time. I guess we're still good. We're good. We're good. We good. So we'll keep going. We got Mr. Bo Nickel. Internet's going slow.
I tore my MCL 90%. Then it was 3 months of rehab and just re-aggravating it. And so I started putting it on my knee. And then after a month, I was like, I'm good to go. Wow, this actually helped.
What's the website for that?
It's 2717recovery.com.
I need it.
I tore my MCL 90%. Then it was 3 months of...
Another sales pitch. Thank you, Bo Nickel. We got Mr. Imanari. He says, our final instructor for the first ever Scramble camp is confirmed. No other than Masukazu Imanari, a man who needs no introduction. Imanari-san will be joining us to share his unique brand of leg locking knowledge in sunny Spain in October. Yeah, it might be worth going to. I believe, who else going out there? They got a couple people representing Scramble. I think Kenta's going to be out there. Who else going to be out there? They got some cool gear. I think a couple of my friends have been rocking some Scramble. I might need a new gi sponsor too. Vertiger got me out of there. Yeah. So I might need a new sponsor. We'll see. They got a nice little gi here. It says the Dojo Custom Academy kimonos. Oh, you can get your own custom gi from them. Okay, that might be worth looking into if you guys have a gi. Your own school, you need your gi. It says shoulder embroidery logo. So you get a patch on the shoulder. You get a leg embroidery with the logo, and you get a back heat transfer logo. So it might be worth looking into, guys. Okay. It says, do you own an academy or train at one? Chances are pretty high. If you are following us, we are very excited to announce that our Dojo Gi program is back up and running. Having received replenished stock of our Dojo Gis, we have been updated to be more streamlined and simple, leaving the focus on your academy logos. We offer as low as 20 unit orders delivered in just a couple of weeks. You can add 2 embroidered logos and a large heat press to the back. We take care of everything right here in the UK. All right, well, I'm not sure about the shipping. Tony we need some pony gis, Tony. Tony, can we get the pony gi? The Tony's ponies gi? I might rock that pony gi. That might be pretty exciting. You know, they make some cool no-gi stuff too. I'm trying to figure out who's at their camp though. Kenta, some others. Sanitary, however you say that kid's name. Maybe Taza. We got Mr. JT. He says, it's always been a vision and mission of mine since I was young to become the best in the world. Along the path, I learned that inspiring others to bring the best out of themselves and to carry themselves like champions on and off the mat is what matters most. So it looks like a little girl did a little, a little project on Mr. JT Torres. Oh, that's sweet. Can I zoom in? I can't. Oh, there we go. Too much JT. Too much JT Torres. Can you guys see that? That's pretty sweet. What's up, Jason? I'm still here. Yeah, my YouTube just kind of blanked out for a second. It's not showing nothing on here. But look, she did a little project on JT Torres. That's awesome. She got her BJJ, got his BJJ heroes on there. Some pictures, some photos. That's sweet, man. I love that stuff. It's crazy seeing competitors become like dads and coaches and stuff. Here JT with all his students. Someone else did a project on JT. And he put the blindfold on. Uh-oh, I don't support that, JT. We don't support that on this channel. Is that the same kid? Maybe. Presentation day. Everybody had a presentation on JT? I don't think I ever had anybody do a presentation on me. The real flex is how many lives you positively impact. We're going to have that conversation today. We got Mr. Shintaro.
What's up, guys? Finally here, tatami sandals by Higashi brand. When you purchase one, it comes individually wrapped in this beautiful plastic. Right, you got the size right here. Let's unbox it. This is the very, very first one. Available for sale now. It's on live on the website, higashibrand.com. So you get rid of that. And look at this. Wow, these are authentic tatami material. Hear that? Right? Comes with these little toe guards here. Wow, look at that. Like this? What do you look? Yeah,
so these are also these toe
toe protectors. Toe sponges, yeah.
These little.
Do you want to put your feet in them?
Yeah.
Put your feet in them. Wow! You gotta start like judo again. You know, these are for judokas only. Yeah.
Judo
Are they comfortable?
No, because they're too big.
Yeah. Okay. They're very comfortable for me. Look at this. See that? Take a look. You got your bread knock on. Look at the bottom side. We got that anti-slip ridges. Know what I mean? Mm-hmm. See, look at that. Higashi. See that? That's your last name.
Official Higashi.
Yeah.
Right. Here.
Yeah, we're gonna pull. Look at this. Look at the feet. Yeah. Look at the feet. See that? See that fit?
If you're going to the pool, this is the perfect time to wear it.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoy today's video.
Yay!
Goodbye for now.
Awesome. That might be worth looking into. The tatami flip-flops with the thongs on them. I support it. I like when the athletes got their own little thing going on. So it might be worth looking into. If you guys want to support Higashi, my judokas out there. Bro, my voice gone. It says CGI 2 would be electric.
Honest, just the crowd, energy. You know, I was at ADCC last year. that was a big stage. I was watching CJI in backstage at ADCC, and I just saw how electric it was. I can only imagine it's what I thought a professional grappler should be exposed to, and it's awesome. Back in the office, when after CJI happened, there were regular guys, didn't grapple. They talked about CGI in my office.
Wow.
Because they knew I was at ADCC, but I told them to tune into this too. And they were like, yeah, CGI is awesome.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they
That's
loved it. It was very
cool.
entertaining. Yeah. These are normal non-grapplers, and they found it
Normal
entertaining.
people.
Yeah.
Wow. What are you most looking forward to for CGI 2?
We got DeAndre Corby. I think he should do 66 and push Elijah Dorsey to 77. Put Roberto Jimenez as 88. I'm not in charge of Team Americas. You know, Greg Sodders is way more accomplished than me, so he deserves to be in charge. He deserves it. If they let me be in charge, I'll put some. I might bring Tim Spriggs out of retirement. I might put DJ Jackson out there too. If I was in charge, actually, I have too many black people on my team. They were like, we got too many black people already. Yeah, I might put DJ Jackson at 77, if he could make 77. Elijah Dorsey. I was like, screw it, Elijah, you got to go 66, bro. 88 would be, I would keep Roberto at 88. I think Roberto would do really well. 99, my stuff keeps turning off. What the heck is going on? What the heck is going on? Am I still here, guys? Man, my stuff keeps something keeps happening. I'm still live, but something's wrong with this. Something keeps happening to my program. What the heck is going on over here? I think I'm still streaming. My computer's acting up today, guys. I'm sorry. I can't see any. Yeah, I can't see any information. Yeah, I can't see any information basically. So I put Elijah Dorsey 66. I forced him to 66. DJ Jackson 77. 88 Roberto. 99. I might put let me see, give me a second. Am I still there? Yeah. Yeah, 99. I'll probably get rid of Kennard. I'm sorry. Yeah, I might put Tim Spriggs 99. 99 plus. Maybe we keep homeboy Pat Downey, possibly. Yeah. Maybe I might change that too, but that's kind of what my team would be looking like. I don't know. I'm not in charge of that. And nobody's got Hassim on their team. Nobody's got Hassim Rita on their team. I'm still good. Okay. I'm skipping that. Yeah, there's so many good people. Pedro Marino, not at CGI. Hassim ain't at CJI. Devontae ain't at CJI. Yeah, Devontae could go. Devontae or Tim Spriggs could do minus 99. There's a lot of people that's not competing. They might be alternates though. If you're an athlete out there listening, go to CJI and let them know that you're out there. You might be an alternate. Somebody might twist their ankle They might twist their ankle. And they need you to fill in. I'm going to be there. I pray to God they don't need me to fill in, though. You know how hard these kids going to be going for that money? They're going to blow your leg out for that money. We're back on Reddit. It says, BJJ doesn't make you humble. The idea that jiu-jitsu makes you humble is the biggest lie there is. That's not true. It's not completely untrue. It says, I've met more egotistical plebes who train BJJ than any other sport, with MMA guys tending to be more humble, at least in my experience with combat sports. It just ends up giving nerds a god complex. That's true. That does happen. Who then take to Reddit after to be consoled when the one stripe blue belt beats them one time. I think it does at first when you start getting smashed. Then as you get better, your ego grows back. 100% the answer. At one point in your jiu-jitsu career, you just start thinking how you could choke the average person out. BJJ has made me humble. In fact, I'm probably the most humble person I know. It's kind of my thing. I'm the best at it. Of course, it makes you humble. Look at Gordon. I remember 3 years ago when we met up with Jason Momoa, he made a promise with him that he wouldn't interact with haters on social media. Fast forward 3 years. I've always understood this more as BJJ is a great sport for getting humbled, as an untrained newbie, you realize how susceptible you are to someone who even knows a small amount of technique, and there's always a bigger, more technical fish sense. Being humbled is not the same as being humble. Being humbled is not the same as being humble. You know what? Life gonna humble you. I don't care how much money you got, how many girls you get, how many cars you have, whatever you got or did or will do, life will humble you. Just wait. Sooner or later, you're going to find out. Strictly speaking here, I don't think most people consider you experienced enough for BJJ to have made you anything. Anything if you're able to get tapped by an average one-stripe white belt. What does that mean? Being a black belt doesn't make you a good person. That is true. We see that all the time now. And I think there's a pretty obvious examples of this. There's a hierarchy of belts. You'll always get some people that think that makes them better than someone else in real life. Just people being people. It says BJJ brings out your true personality. People can have different experiences, sure. When I say it makes me humble, I mean there's no BS. You can't lie or walk around the mat with a false ego. Some people can. Thinking you can beat that person and that person. You roll with them. It's clear and transparent. You know exactly where you are. It made me humble. I'm almost a black belt, and I'm now much more aware of the fact that some mofos know some stuff despite looking like they don't. It says, in my opinion, humility comes from the mats more than from the BJJ. Like weights of iron in a weight room, the mats never lie. You can accept this truth or not, but that's where being humble is, accepting your limitations. It says some people get their ego inflated because they can ragdoll a few white belts. I never understood that the humbled by being destroyed by someone one day. I left my first class thinking how cool it was that these guys are basically literally anacondas, and it would be great to know how they were doing it. That said, to think I could smash any BJJ guy at my gym when I started, and they've been training so now a lot more than my zero. I can't really understand that. My coach used to preach about respect, loyalty, honor, and how BJJ made him a better person. When I told him I wanted to cross-train at another school, he talked down to me like I was an idiot, told me I was ungrateful for all they did to me or did for me, and that I couldn't come back if I left. Surprise, surprise, I left and didn't regret it. Bro looks at me like he wants to hit me whenever I see him on the streets and refuses to speak to me. Is he Brazilian? I think it humbles people who are new. I'm sure there are a lot of people, myself included, were pretty confident that they could take someone and then get choked out in 15 seconds by someone half their size. I was definitely humbled for the first 6 months of BJJ. Probably depends on the gym/environment you're in. I'd say 90% of guys in my gym are pretty humble. We're all dads with careers outside of BJJ, but there are a few who treat every role in training like it was the world championship. Jiu-jitsu can humble you. Someone said it really well. It kind of shows your true colors. You know, you really, sometimes it enables crazy people too. We got Miss Nina Marie out here rolling.
My wins. I'm Nina and I'm here with
I learned this in Thailand by a guy named Stuart Cooper.
a white man in Thailand.
I was white in Thailand. I'm
I
rolling
see.
over this shoulder. You see how I'm lifting?
Oh, wow, whoa, you appeared out of nowhere.
I can take you back and then you can go for the choke, you know.
I learned this move in Thailand from a white man.
Come into half guard and
Okay.
you are trying to get this knee in and I was like, eh. I break your arm down there. I will. This hand? There. Oh. Got you good.
Let's do a foot one.
We're in this position.
I don't think I've ever...
Use your wrist and squeeze. Line your shoulder.
You need to do a clap back school.
Verbal self-defense. Mouth McGaw.
I have a very flexible appendage. Dude, it's like a rubber band. All you gotta do is show them your feet and you disarm any man. UFC 319's DDP versus Hamzat. I'm gonna roll.
So that's how the UFC markets now. They just put a, attractive, respectfully attractive lady on here. I mean, she don't know nothing about the sport. She never trained. She over here getting twisted up. I don't know if she likes that or not. Let me stop. But that's the marketing now for UFC. And you guys let me know if you enjoy that kind of content. Does this really help the UFC? Is this pushing the UFC? Mikey said UFC BJJ is growing jiu-jitsu, but I mean, I can't tell no difference. Now, I will say the first UFCs did grow jiu-jitsu for sure. Shout out to the Gracie family. They did something right in their 100-year history, 120-year history. I can't say UFC BJJ is really going to add much to the sport. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just a hater. I prefer advocate for fighters, but you guys want to call me a hater, go ahead. It's just walking into the gym and seeing your toughest training partner. I can't play that music. I'm tired of getting hit with all these copyright strikes because of music. We got some black belts walking in, and they got the young kid that's gonna destroy them later. Basically, that's how it's supposed to be, though. The kid's supposed to be coming for you. No Diddy, coming after you. No Diddy to that too. The young kids are supposed to be coming up and putting some pressure on you in a good way.
Yeah. It's the J-Flow. Yeah. The J-Flow master. Tell me about training with him,
he's
bro.
the man, isn't he?
Oh,
Really is, lad.
Shout out to J-Flow. What
He's
a
the
guy.
man, lad.
Isn't he, though?
Yeah, he's so cool as well, lad. Boss, brilliant teacher, brilliant coach, but he's a cool dude as well.
I just wish he weren't so far, mate.
I know. That's even like that 11-hour flight's a killer.
We was just talking before we went on an air. I've been going back and forth to there for about 7 years now at Dominic Cruz's, and he was Dominic Cruz's coach for a long time. We used to go down and train, and then, mate, I started implementing the stuff after about a year, like you did in your fight, get the J-Flow, and I started doing it, and every time I'd do it in sparring or whatever, I'd send it him, and then he'd go, right, well, this time I think you should do this. Then he'd give me the logins for his website, and it's just an encyclopedia. And, mate, that guy is one guy that I'm gutted is so far because I really, really enjoyed training with him. And then the second you started doing it, mate, I just knew that you'd be like, this is the guy.
Yeah.
One guy we do share.
Robert says Nina Drama's halfway flirting is so cringe. I mean, that's all she can do. She don't have any knowledge of MMA or jiu-jitsu or striking. So that's the marketing right now. Is that professional? Does that seem professional to you guys? Would you rather have like ESPN level? Well, they are on ESPN, but would you rather have sports analysts talking about the sport, educating people about the sport of mixed martial arts, or do you want this attractive lady who knows nothing rolling around on the ground with these dudes and girls? So, the medium is the message. What message is the UFC sending people? Is this a very professional looking organization? Are they going to treat their athletes with respect, or are they going to treat their athletes as a kind of a sideshow, kind of a, I don't know what to say. I I don't like none of it. That's what I'm going to say. Shout out to J Flow. He getting his flowers now. He works a lot with the fighters. He worked a lot with Ronda Rousey. Oh God. Oh, that was good. I got some congestion or something. This is how I feel making crazy predictions.
I might slide up to your block with intelligence.
I'm not playing that music. I mean, shoot, it's just everybody at B Team is ripped up. You ever notice that? They all ripped up. I'm cooked over here, guys. I'm cooked. I still be streaming, though. I could pass out and I still be streaming. Robert says the UFC is using TikTok store advertising. Yeah, I mean, it's not very professional. I mean, Dana White's not professional. It's just a sideshow, not a slideshow. It's not professional. And it is very personality driven. I just wonder who's gonna take over after Dana White. Can they bring somebody professional in? And can they replace Claudia for us? We don't need Claudia. All the jiu-jitsu people they could have picked from: Damian Maia, Ryan Hall, Robert Drysdale, anybody. They could have picked anybody. Mackenzie Dern, Benny Dalrouche. Not Kron, though. Don't pick Kron. They could have picked any jiu-jitsu person. Fabricio Werdum. They could have picked any jiu-jitsu person to do a better job than her. She over there in Moneyberg's basement, smelling his socks. Get out of here, Claudia.
90% of the time you see a heavyweight hit a tilt, it's a 2-on-1 cheap tilt. However, other cross-wrist tilts are not out of the realm of possibility for them. Here you see Nick Feldman hit a takedown right into a chop, cross-wrist into a roll-through tilt. Some of you guys may know it as a Easton or a Hazard tilt. Here you have heavyweight Tony Cassiope from the standing position, hit a mat return right into the roll-through tilt, which he then thanked Spencer Lee for teaching him after the match. Lastly, we're going to have a blood round match between the 10 seed and 12 seed, right? So these are two guys who were predicted to be in the blood round. You have Zach Elam. He goes for a tricep. Tries to go backdoor or trapdoor tilt and then goes roll through tilt. Later on in the match, again goes far tricep down to the cross wrist. Ryder Downey is really good at that. His opponent has his foot posted out to defend against the Easton, so he takes it back with the trapdoor tilt. If you want to know more about the trapdoor tilt, look up trapdoor David Taylor tilt on YouTube.
So tilting
90% of the time you see a heavyweight.
Tilting's an important skill. All that crab ride stuff we do nowadays, it's basically a tilt. And they're trying to pin you. And then in jiu-jitsu, instead of pinning people, we try to take the back. So all that crab ride stuff, I was learning crab ride in wrestling, using the hooks, trying to pin someone. So we just modified all that stuff, all that, all the crab ride stuff we do. I think a jiu-jitsu person would do really good. Well, jiu-jitsu people do really good in the ground, the parterre. So if you get a jiu-jitsu person attacking the turtle, we do pretty well. You know, we'd be leg lacing. We'd be, spiral ride. We do Jonesy tilts. We'd be doing a lot of stuff. Dana White, Craig Jones will replace a lot of people. Sorry, guys, I'm cooked. I'm still streaming, though. I'm over here getting choked out, but still streaming. Says, oh man, just got to the stream. Hope you get better. Yeah, I've been cooked all week. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know I sound rough. There's nothing I can do. Hopefully you didn't crash out too much late today. Not really. We didn't crash out today. We still got time to crash out. Says Moneybird basement sound like Epstein Island. I don't even want to make that connection. There might be a connection, but I don't want to make it. I'll leave that to you. We got Maurice. Somebody messing with Maurice. You guys take these skits too seriously, man. You guys be trying to run these skits on these old people, these OGs. They ain't playing with these skits. They ain't playing around with these skits no more. He from Brazil. He's like, who the heck is this?
I recall.
So that's Mauricio Gomez. That's the father of Roger Gracie. If you guys don't know, he lives in London. So if you walk up on somebody in London, they're probably gonna stab you or shoot. They can't shoot you, but they're gonna stab you or rob you, or stab you and rob you. Not either or. So that's why he was looking like that. Like he's like, man, I gotta use my jiu-jitsu. I'm 70 years old. I gotta take care of this person. So be careful with your skits. Old people don't understand what you're doing. Craig says, don't talk about my past.
My main goal is to blow up and then act like I don't know. No.
I'm gonna be at the Craig Jones Invitational. That's right. This is gonna be the 31st in Las Vegas. So get your ticks. I might jump in there and do some gin jits myself. I might be drinking some gin tonics. All right. All right. Dan Tony. I'm gonna be at the Craig Jones Invitational. That's right. This is gonna be the 31st in Las Vegas. So get your ticks. I might jump in there and do some gin jits myself.
Riff Raff? Isn't that a rapper or something? Oh, he's going to be performing there. All right, so. Isn't he a rapper? I don't know. I've heard that name before, Riff Raff. Yeah, man, I feel a lot better. It only took 2 hours for my congestion to go down. CJI start times in Pacific time. It says Saturday, 30th of August. It's going to start. You know the European designed that. You guys know in Europe they put the day before the month. I do that too. You guys hear me say that sometimes. Mauricio is the holds Gracie black belt. Yeah, he's 1 of 7 holds Gracie's black belts. RP to holds. He didn't have too many. My instructor's a holds Gracie black belt too. So yeah, got a little connection that way. CGA start times 30th of August, Saturday, 6 p.m. start. Pre-show starts at 5:30. Doors open at 4. And on Sundays, the 31st of August, 6 p.m. start time. Doors open at 4. Should be free on YouTube. I should be I got my tickets to go to Las Vegas, and so I should be there. I do need to reach out to one of the guys out there. So I should be out there. I'm gonna enjoy it. I don't know if I can live stream there or what I'm gonna do or how I could do that. Maybe what I'll do is go to the show and live stream afterwards or something like that. I'm not sure what I'll do, or before, maybe before and afterwards. We'll see. We got Jiu-Jitsu Con and Masters Worlds at the same time. But we should be. We're gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there watching. Someone can't do math. Not me. I'm reading a comment. Someone says, earned that pizza in Glizzy. Oh, yeah. How high-calorie grapplers rest after spinning open mat, crushing victim weights under side control. Yeah, that's how it is. My high-calorie grapplers be crushing us. Side control, mount. Be twisting our necks up. I love my high-calorie grapplers, though. We need you guys. We need our mat enforcers out here. We need our big guys. And I'm not going to play this. Can I play? I don't want to play that. Polaris, I don't play nothing Polaris because they hit me with a copyright. You hit me with that copyright strike once, that's it. This is how some of you guys be grappling. In no gi. This is how you guys be grappling in no gi. This is why, somebody want to go shirtless in ADCC rules. I'm like, bro, put a shirt on, bro. Put that shirt on. Put that rash guard on. This is how you guys be rolling, bro. That's how you guys be rolling. That's how you guys be rolling. Using your feet in the armpit. Man, I got so many tabs open. Did we watch YouTube? Oh, shoot. Let's watch YouTube. Let's see if we got any matches up there. Somebody messaged me. Oh. Yeah, you come to this channel, you gotta watch a little bit of jiu-jitsu, man. You guys. That's our thumbnail right there. Super jiu-jitsu. Any matches up? I don't want to watch Marcelo. Why they bring that match up? Is anybody following PGF? What's going on with PGF? Maybe we'll look up PGF. What's going on with PGF? They got a Marcelo match. You guys want to watch a Marcelo match real fast? It kind of gives my voice a break too, which I like. All right, 2 minutes, 2-minute match. My internet's going slow. comes down to them. That's really nice. That was really nice. So he tried to spin out of the north-south choke. I mean, I never suggest that. It's so hard. Nobody really gets the north-south choke like they used to. Like Marcelo's encoding overloaded. We're still streaming. My encoding's just overloaded. I don't know how to change anything. Can I change encoding? There's nothing I can change. Why? The program's asking me to change stuff, but I'm like, I can't change anything. How do I change encoding? Oh. Can I change it? Will it go down? Let's see. I don't know if I blew anything up. Did I destroy stuff? I have no idea. Am I still streaming? Computer's acting up, guys. I'm sorry. But pretty interesting. I think we're still live. I have no clue. I can't even tell. Computer's acting up, guys. I'm sorry. I can't see any comments or anything. But pretty interesting how he his opponent. Well, you know, that north-south choke is so hard. I don't know anybody else that can really do it. You know, at the ADCC level, they have defenses now where they frame off your neck. But we didn't know what we were doing back then. Turning down video settings. How do I turn my video settings down? I can't see anything, guys. I don't know if you leaving messages or chatting or anything. I think I'm still recording. I just can't see anything. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. It's acting up on me. Yeah, let me just keep talking. I'll keep talking for a little bit. I can't see what's going on. It's acting up. How do I turn down my video settings? Let's watch that part one more time, if you guys can see. One thing I want you guys to notice is how Marcelo attacks off of his sweeps. So that transitions, little black belt secret for you guys. Oh, there you guys are. Okay. The transitions, sweep right into the front headlock. Passes. I don't even know how he passed right into him out, didn't he? Once he got his sweep. Yes. So he swept, little attack on the neck, went to the side, right into north-south choke. So you guys know we didn't know what the north-south choke was. People getting caught in that stuff. We didn't know what that was. We still can't do. Nobody can do the Marcelo north-south choke to this day in a tournament. When the last time you saw a north-south choke? There's another Cuban American. Marcelita Diaz from J Pages just got his black belt killer. Okay. Marcelo. Dude, if we're fraff at a jiu-jitsu tournament, I'm so down. Just watch this transition here. Tries to turn out, and then in that high elbow. Marcelo Teen right there. There'll never be another Marcelo, bro. I don't care what anybody says. We were supposed to look up something. What were we supposed to look up? I can't remember now. What were we supposed to look up? Can anybody remember or recall? Bro, everything's slow today, bro. What the heck is going on? Oh, there we go. You guys can't see it, but my computer's just on the fritz right now. Oh, you know what? I think it's overheating. Is that why? What's wrong with your computer? We're supposed to watch something else. I don't know. About 5 more minutes, guys, and I got to dip. Give my voice a break. Who else is live streaming 3 hours a day on YouTube for about jiu-jitsu content? I don't know. GSP says, I wonder if I would have survived in the Coliseum back then. You guys think GSP would survive back then? I don't know. It's possible. GSP's good. Shout out to Rome with the Coliseum. I don't know, GSP. I don't know. I think John Jones would have survived, though, for sure. I want to watch RBY highlights. I don't want to watch that. We got Anna Carolina. She got
follow them on,
you know, she don't like the IBJF too much either.
Instagram. You know, they're different.
5-time IBJJF world champion and the woman who took on Amanda Leve, Bia Mesquita, and Helena Cravar on her route to gold at the 2024 ADCC World Championships. It is Ana Carolina Vieira.
I feel very confident in my game. I feel very confident in my level, and I truly believe that no matter where the match ends, I'm going to be comfortable and I'm going to win again.
I didn't remember that match.
I've always followed them on Instagram.
Did she piece up Helena? Let's watch that match. We'll at least watch that match. The problem with Helena is that, you know, she's so popular, when she loses, people can't wait to see. This might be it today. Let me see how long this match is. My voice is just suffering, guys. I'm sorry. I have not been finishing all my stories either. They didn't put that match in there? Where's the match at? That's not the match. They don't have the match? They don't have the match up? Why don't they have the match? They don't have the match. Let's see. We're gonna watch some Helena today, though, for sure. Let's watch. Why don't they have the full match, though?
Trials champion, while Aurélie Laverne is ADCC European Trials winner. Helena had a lot of the opens that she was attending. She would compete and win, not just the adult division, which, of course, she's here at ADCC Worlds and winning trials, but, I mean, she competed as a kid and as an adult and would win.
Yeah, and you want to know what? When she was doing those youth divisions, you know, you have to remove the leg attack. So it's her ability now to just know that she can only focus on upper body attacks. And after a few golds in the adult division, she had to relinquish the ability to still do the team division, but hasn't lost in any of them yet either. Look how high. That's what I mean when you move down into her guard.
How did she get into the closed
Lost
guard?
in any ability after a few golds in the adult division. She had to relinquish.
All right, so I don't like to talk crap on the girls, but man, what the heck was this other girl doing? She won the European trial. Dang, she went right into closed guard. All right, so let me know at what school, what academy they tell you to go right into the closed guard in the beginning of the match, of the submission portion of the match.
The ability to still do the team
What
division.
the heck was going on? That girl, she didn't need to be out there.
Hasn't lost in any of them yet either. Look how high. That's what I mean when you move down into her guard. You're putting yourself down into her.
She ain't framing. She framing off the neck.
Everything she can make happen is much easier to happen when you're close and connected with her.
I'm sorry, man. That girl didn't need to be out there.
Inside the closed guard of Krevar. First World Championships
What
here
the heck
for
is she
Helena.
doing, guys? What the heck is she doing? Why are you doing? What the heck are you doing?
As well as Laverne.
Oh my God! Get for your arm,
First
girl.
As well, you see again, Krevar trying to ride that guard
What
high.
the heck is she
Laverne
doing,
really
bro?
Bringing her shoulders forward.
Oh my goodness! What the crap? This girl didn't need to be out there. She about to. Man, get out of here, girl.
Close guard here.
What is she doing?
Double ankles. Sits Laverne down.
Is she from France?
Uses it to come up.
Oh my
Foot
goodness.
to the mat. She will sweep from here, take top position. Very well manufactured. Oh, on it. It looks like that's an Aoki. Yeah, she had that grip on the Aoki. Laverne.
Is this the first heel hook in
keep her legs
women's
safe
division?
momentarily.
Oh, this is Z-Lock. Yeah, Z-Lock.
Still both seated here. She's got this
Z-Lock.
shotgun situation. I'm sorry, the holster situation here where she's got
Gotta get to your
both
other
legs
hip, bro.
strapped on either side of the body. Controlling both legs.
That's
Right.
Z-Lock.
Yeah, okay, so she has an inside Ashi here with go. So she might be looking for a Z-Lock.
that's
There
it.
it is.
Oh, this could be trouble.
Trying to
be
elevate
careful.
there. Puts tremendous pressure on the higher part of that leg, the knee, and then you start feeling it in the hip. Laverne, good job pummeling that leg free right now. Oh, and there it is.
That was the first knee bar.
Z-Lock to heel hook.
That was the first toe hold in, not toe hold. That was the first. God dang, I can't talk. That was the first heel hook in the women's division, I believe. Can we not see that match? I really want to see this match, so can I not find it? I hate when I can't find stuff. I'm not sure about you guys. Yeah, I can't find that match. Yeah, I can't find a match. All right, guys, we're at 3 hours. I've been streaming for 3 hours, so I'm going to tap out now. So many stories. So you see, in the future, I'm going to build myself up to maybe 4 hours in the near future. You know, just like you lift weights in the gym, I be live streaming in the basement. That's basically it. We do have the link if you guys want to donate to the judoka. I think I'm going to put that story up on my Instagram. You guys want to donate some money to our judo brother, go ahead. Otherwise, if you want to support the channel, I was about to say Inverted Gear. Inverted Gear? I don't know about Inverted Gear no more. Go check out BJJ Mental Models. Hopefully I don't throw that on my head. Check out BJJ Mental Models. I didn't realize they had Adele, Wojcik, Joseph Chin that they sponsor. And they also sponsor my main channel. And if you guys don't have any money, listen, tell people about the live stream. That goes a long way. So Monday through Friday, 3 hours, bro. Who else doing 3 hours, bro? I'm trying to get. I want to get eventually when this channel picks up a little bit more, I want to get to like, maybe 4 or 5 hours a day. That'll be pretty good. And we'll add some more stuff in as we get some more money. Once I get out the basement, I'll add more stuff. But yeah, a lot of good stuff today. IBJF, they put out their response to the recent death at their tournament in Chicago. Probably post that later too. We had Craig Jones. Was Craig Jones on the thumbnail? Why was Craig Jones on there? He might be representing New Wave / Kingsway at CGI. We're not sure, but we're gonna see. We had other stories that we're covering. Let me see real quick what I missed. We're just gonna go super fast on what we missed. Yeah, Craig Jones implies that he will be joining Team New Wave. Might be pretty exciting to see that. We're just gonna go through real fast. UFC, they got a really good card coming up. That's actually good. Let me play this for you.
Close to these guys, half those guys are going to be heartbroken tomorrow. And then the other half are going to be on cloud 9 and on to the next thing and making more money, and just people are going to love them. And that's why I was telling people about MMA. It's one of those sports, bro, that you're vulnerable to the world. Guys in football can cry in their helmet and you don't know. These guys cry, you see it. Man, you're just out there. There's no shoes, no shirt for the world to see everything. Even though they're in the cage by themselves, they look at their cornerman like I let you guys down. That's what you gotta love about MMA. You're very vulnerable and exposed to be who you are. People don't.
And these guys are vulnerable and exposed, and they get taken advantage of by Dana White and several other these promoters. So they need a lot more protection. We think of why did this fighter sign this contract? Why did they do that? This, that, and the other. When a lot of these people, they need therapy and they need a lot of help. There's a lot of these fighters, going into the UFC and coming out of the UFC. So they need to take some of that $7 billion and put it towards the health and livelihood of the fighters. Crazy matchups. CJI gonna have nothing but crazy matchups. We're going fast. If my computer works, not playing that. Well, I like this post too.
Because he narrates his own roles.
I know.
He's like, I don't really want to pass here, and there's 1 minute left, so I'm going to fall back into a leg entanglement.
Fighting for my life to stop his guard pass.
I don't know, because some people I think get pissed at this, like what? Like if I narrate and I talk too much.
Ethan loves it.
I'm reading your mind.
I think this came out of a desire for me to communicate what I'm doing to my training partner. I think it raises the level of everyone. Because imagine if I tell you what I'm going to do.
And then I do it.
And then either I'm going to still do it, which means it's safe. Or you're going to stop me, which gives me more stuff to work with. Because then I'm like, okay, now I know. What I'm... Because one of the biggest problems, I think, in the training room is, let's say, if you want to raise the level of the room, is you want to make sure they know what you're doing, right? Because if I just do the same shit to someone over and over and they don't understand what I'm doing, they're not going to be able to defend it.
You're watching Joe Chen because he narrates his own...
I know a couple people that narrate their roles. Shout out to Big Red. It can be kind of annoying because sometimes you're focusing and this dude's over here talking, and he's like, I'm helping to raise the room of the training room. Otherwise, he annoying the crap out of everybody. Like, bro, shut up! I'm trying to focus. So it depends. I think it can be a useful tool, but you shouldn't be using that all the time you're rolling. It is distracting though. But I understand he's using it as a tool. You guys got to remember, Joseph came up in areas where he didn't have a lot of good training partners, a lot of tough training partners a lot of times. So he would have to do stuff like that so he could make it more, more even training for himself. But when you're at a team like B Team, I'm not sure if it's very beneficial. Maybe it is. You go to an old school gym, they're gonna tell you shut your mouth. You talk too much. Let me read this real fast. Is this all of us right now? It says, what the heck is Craig competing against? Who's the new wave 99 plus kg wildcard. Says glad he's finally getting with someone who actually knows some jiu-jitsu. He's going to grapple himself, wildcard. Finally, someone gets it. This was not about Craig's hair. Yeah, I'm not talking about that anymore. My shit be was tomorrow, Friday. Shout out to Rahadi Ferguson. His son is representing, doing the 2025 Junior World and 2025 World University Games. What Rufus Ferguson. So we'll see how he does. I forgot what I was about to say. All right, I'm done, guys. I'm done. Wait. PGF.
And it's kind of head scratching to me because I'm like, what do you guys want? Because UFC is not good for jiu-jitsu either. Because if UFC was if it was a legit fight, they wouldn't reset between rounds. You'd let the jiu-jitsu guy stay on the guy, or you'd reset them back to where they were after the round.
Right.
In real life, the jiu-jitsu is way more dominant than it is in a sports environment.
Or you use
now BMAC has created a jiu-jitsu.
Are you guys following PGF? I'm out the loop. I can barely. Oh, what's up, ladies? Hello. Who are these ladies? Let me get out of there. Is anybody following PGF? I have not. We got Sergio Ardilla. What's up, Sergio? Black belt attorney. If you guys don't know, this is Paul Ardilla's brother. These guys just getting jacked up out there. Is that somebody I know? Who's this guy?
Hip in, Jet. There we go.
I have not been following anything. You guys gotta let me know what's going on. We'll read the points real fast. My head's in the way. Thank you, Alec. There. It says number 1 is Christos Papadelos. This name sounds familiar. 34 points. 2, Chris Olivio, 33 points. Landon Elmore, 31 points. Derek Rayfield, 31 points. Dominic Maya, 30 points. Jed Thompson, 28 points. Anthony Molina, 23 points. And Dominic Lobo, 21 points. The only person I know in here is Dominic Maya and Jet Thompson. I don't really know the other people. Anthony Molina sounds familiar. So I'll try to do a better job of covering this. Again, I don't get paid by PGF, so PGF, if you want to send me some money, you want to sponsor the live stream.